Hello, all of you rolling beans out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Data Anomaly Hunter's Scar, Season 2, Episode 2, Adventures in New Lands. This is one of our tabletop RPG campaigns being run with our custom Scar system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. The system is available for open playtest on our Discord as well as on itch.io. Do go check it out and let us know what you think. But for now, we'll go ahead and begin introductions. Oh, and we are joined today by Conrad doing art on stream. But for intros, go ahead, Zerda.
Hiya, I'm Zoda the Fox. I tell stories and I am going to be very curious what people are doing today. I have like 15 different outcomes planned, so we'll see where the tales lie, if you will. Folger, which technically is no longer alphabetical order.
Hi, I'm Gimund, and I'm playing Folger, which was basically trapped within Arcus, who is a electric basic Harrismon. The intro is a work in progress for Folger. On to the Asher.
I am Razim, and I am playing as Asher, the Labramon, Astral Light type, and God of Death, Lord of Evil, and go ahead, minion.
Hello, y'all. I am IDDoThings, or Ido if you prefer, and I play Haboku, the Necrotic Fire Lugamon, minion of Asher, currently unalived, currently a very confused but ready to take on the world, well, despite his current states. Onto the Jace.
Hello, I am Drunk Dragonair, and I'm going to be playing Jace, the Black Gilliman X, Shadow Mythic type, and currently in the process of being disarmed. Go ahead, Kotora.
Hello there, everybody. I'm Raharu, and I'll be playing Kotora, the Mythic Fire type Gabumon. He's a lot of stuff happened this last day, and there's a lot of stuff to discuss. Do you, Tal?
Hello, I'm Taldius, and I'll be playing Riv, the mythic water type Vorvamon. He is not exactly having a good time right now.
And now for the recap. We'll go ahead and turn that over to Gimund.
I knew it was either gonna be me or Kotora. Well, the session started off with Kotora feeling really hungry and going downstairs to get food from the kitchen. And as Kotora was leaving, it woke up Arcus? Who snuck past a very exhausted, sleepy Riv successfully. And meanwhile, Kotora was basically explaining to the Flamemon's wife about being hungry and yeah.
IDDoThings tipped $10. After tradition, after Azima loves.
Thank you so much for that tip, Ido. That is the first tier of the tip goal completed.
Hooray.
And then, as Kotora was basically cooking things, the Arcus went down the stairs, but was ultimately spotted by the Flame Mun's wife, and he jumped and almost turned the blanket he covered himself into a pincushion. Thankfully, the blanket is not a total pincushion. But eventually, the Flame Mun's wife decided to call out Kotora to help with him because Arcus was a kind of frozen up and not really talking, but shaking. And I believe as this was happening, Haboku got a premonition of danger, but not exactly sure from where. But it was enough to wake him up. And then I believe we went back to the Arcus and Kotora's scene, where Kotora's heat aura started to get a bit hotter over time. And he while he was trying to manage the Arcus basically in an anxious state situation, who seemed very confused on where he was and frightened. Yeah, there was definitely a lot that happened here.
Fairly action-packed, at least for events.
Yeah. But yeah, eventually the Arcus did end up speaking nervously, basically asking who Kotora was and where was he? And basically Kotora and the Flame Mun's wife were very confused by this and started wondering if he was having like memory issues or maybe something else going on.
The Flame wife, said that maybe he was disassociating or something of the sort.
Yeah. And eventually, the Arcus said his name was Fulgur. And a little before that, I believe Kotora went to make some food for him to try and calm him down, and as he approached Fulgur, he saw a strange glacial blue marking and a red eye on his right side. But eventually all of this sort of led to Asher being woken up, who then came down from the Jace bed.
Great, I have been relinquished to only being a bed.
Enjoy your relegation.
Best bed.
And basically after the Asher came down, it ended up being a little noisy, and after some conversation between Fulgur and Asher, which was definitely awkward to say the least, given how Fulgur was being very quiet and anxious. But eventually Asher brought up the idea that maybe going to a quieter place would be a good idea, and Fulgur definitely not agreed with that idea, and then they went off to do that. But during this time, Kotora's hunger kind of definitely increased, and his heat aura started to go kind of out of control, like Rib's cold aura did the previous day. Even ignited the stove without meaning to. Or at least made it turn on without meaning to. And then it sort of dawned on Kotora what was going on a little bit. And then started to run out of the tavern. As I believe Haboku sort of then saw Kotora running off, and then told Jace about it. And then the two of them ran off to after Kotora. And then we went back to Fulgur and Asher, where the sum of that is basically, it turns out Arcus and Fulgur are separate people, but trapped in the same body. Because Arcus tried to save Fulgur from his body being eaten away from a glitch, but then something happened that ended up trapping him inside Arcus with some sort of artifact. And as then Asher decided to scan Arcus/Fulgur to try and get more insight into what was actually kind of going on in there. And what he saw was a 10-sided object with 2 digicores inside it. However, he also noticed that data was leaking out of said artifact. And there were some holes that it was leaking through. Then after some discussions with that, it was ultimately decided that it wasn't a good idea to pull them out right now. And they went with the option of patching the holes. And then back to the Kotora section, Haboku and Jace were slowly catching up to Kotora, but Kotora ended up noticing them following him and then tried to speed up faster and didn't quite want them to be hurt. And eventually, as they were running, they stumbled upon Rib's snow globe he made from his previous outburst. And Kotora, wanting to cool himself off, thought a cold area should do, and went inside it. And then, as Haboku and Jace got there, Jace basically gave Kotora stress relief methods to try and calm him down. Which then ended up resulting into Kotora basically eating Riv's snow globe to stabilize his hunger for the moment. And then let out a very large burp. And then after some brief discussion after that, they went to a store in town that had a medical saw because Jace wanted to pick up some things. I believe there was a couple other items, but I would know that the only one I remember is the medical saw being picked up.
Here's my note.
Yes, a medical
The
saw,
bone
even though the
saw.
guy tried to sell me an axe first.
Oh yeah.
You want the axe?
It would be a bone saw.
Yes, I bought a bone saw.
And then back to the Fulgur and Asher. As Asher was patching up the holes, he basically was able to also allow Fulgur to now have awareness of when Arcus is in control. So he isn't as basically as frightened as when he woke up this time. And just so it also helped Fulgur gain a little bit more about what has happened and what is going on right now. And then Asher, I believe, went out of the room and then sort of found out what happened with Kotora. I believe but
Asher
before
was
that
very
there
displeased.
Yeah. So then it sort of ended up being one person would go in to meet Fulgur, as Fulgur did want to meet each person one at a time. And Asher then it was a mandatory medical checkup time. And I believe the medical checkups that were done were technically Fulgur and Arcus, Riv, and Jace was already cleared for that, and Kotora.
The thing you don't understand is that Jace gets more checkups than any man ever in existence.
Asher cares about his dad.
It has nothing to do with the fact that Asher needs a guinea pig.
Oh, definitely not.
To be fair, you say more than any man alive would ever need, but also you're literally the one planning on cutting your own arm off. So like, I feel like Asher is very justified in worrying about what Jace gets up to.
Yeah.
And I believe, and then the people who have met Fulgur so far are technically Kotora, Riv, and Haboku. The people left for checkups and meeting. Jace still has yet to meet Fulgur, and Asher has yet to check Haboku.
Technically speaking, Riv's one was postponed until he could actually remember more things.
Kind of hard to do a medical history with an amnesiac.
But
To be fair, he can answer everything that isn't from about like 1 to 5 months ago.
however, Asher's checkup results on Kotora was basically finding out Kotora has a large scar on his back underneath his pelt. And when Asher scanned Kotora, he found a large compressed mass on something, assumed to be the location of Kotora's glitch, but he couldn't really see through it. The compressed amount of data. And as for Riv, apparently glitch data has basically integrated into his Digicore, so much so that it basically doesn't turn up any red flags when Riv scans himself.
Not even just when Riv scans himself. Technically speaking, according to just like base level scans, he is in full perfect health.
Which, luckily or perhaps unluckily, depending on your point of view, Asher's scan is not a basic scan.
Yep, and even then, it was barely able to see the seams and what had happened. So, yeah, you know, good luck on other people finding that as easy.
As for the Fulgur meeting, Haboku and Riv, Haboku was basically a semi-standard first meeting with a lot of more of the heavy emotion side of things, given Haboku's already experienced a lot with his friends lately.
He just shows he cares.
Yeah. And as for Riv, he was limited on the amount of questions he could ask, so he started to do some loophole tactics, which I think got him an extra 1 or 2 extra things.
Yeah.
I kind of forget the questions Riv asked.
It was mostly stuff relating to, like, you know, basically just trying to get the basics of the situation. He would have asked different questions, but Asher hadn't shared with him any information yet, so he basically just asked, like, half of his questions was the same stuff that Asher asked. He did get a little bit extra when he basically asked if there was a, like, anything else to tell him. Basically did like an open-ended, hey, if there's anything else you want to tell me as the team's researcher, now would be the time.
Which he actually ended up doing by remembering a certain mural that depicted a warrior fighting against a strange distorted entity, as Fulgur put it, with a tree in the background. I believe that's most of it.
Yep, and then the last one was just Asher was getting some more messages and going back and forth, and Viv didn't seem to like that very much. And then Asher talked to Jace a little bit about it, and that's where we finished off.
Yep, I get to cross the hallway. Yay.
You get to go talk to the emotional support.
Emotional support.
Emotional support dragon. Here's your emotional support dragon. Let's see. Do you guys want to roll Asher and Jace? Do you guys want to roll off to see a percentile dice to see who gets to start us off today?
Sure. Probably Asher.
That is going to be Asher and Haboku, which is perfect. So after Jace, you crossing the hallway, you essentially get to the point where you're outside of Folger's room, and you and Haboku cross ways in the hallway as Haboku goes into the room of Asher.
Haboku, high five. It's standardized.
Oh, Haboku raises his paw, looking confused.
High five. You gotta high five people when you're switching places.
And is this where Haboku realizes he's only got 4 toes? Or Jace only has 3 fingers?
I think Haboku also only has like 3 fingers as well, or 3 claws. Haboku will still hold up his paw. Not sure if he's doing it right.
Haboku will get the high five as Jace walks by.
Zim, I put something in, this isn't really something for stream, it's just more, hey, I put something in, Data Anomaly Hunters real quick.
More house pet.
Yeah, Haboku will, well, I guess still thinking he's done it right, and go into the room with Asher.
Ah, yes, that one.
That one, yep.
You see Asher, you see a Haboku standing and then closing the door behind them into your room.
Okay,
Hey,
so.
Asher.
Hello. On the bed, please.
Haboku will go hop onto the bed.
Alright. So. I know that you do have memory issues. What else do you know about your glitch and what's going on with that?
Haboku will try his best to think. Should I roll a lore check to see if he remembers anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mind. Go with instinct. That's basically
Yeah, find instinct. Go for
No.
it. They're a smart doggo. They were a smart doggo.
Is it time for asymmetrical blink?
Yeah, it's symmetrical blink.
How
I'll
much
I'll
do
risk,
you remember? -2.
I'll risk a willpower on that.
Just something a little bit more than a -2.
0 is better than -2.
At least it's not -2.
Yeah, sorry, actually, Haboku is just he's just gonna give Asher a silly smile and shake his head.
I kind of figured this would be the case. Alright, do not look at yourself. This is gonna tingle. Just hold still. And he's using his defrag refrag.
You don't know about yourself. I'm gonna make you know about yourself.
So you have the lower difficulty for looking at his data with us.
Oh, okay. I will not argue with that. If I can figure out which window my character sheet's on, that would be great.
It's that one right there.
The one with the stuff. You know.
Alright, so it would be 3 plus the accuracy. It was just medicine plus the move.
Yep, medicine plus the move. It's kind of like your own set of like lore scan, yeah.
Should I be using the power or the accuracy?
I typically think accuracy myself personally, but if you've been using power, you can use power.
I've been using accuracy, but I'd rather use power because it's a lot higher.
For this, I'll say go for it because you're also trying to like push through it essentially.
Oh, cool.
I'll give you that.
I
6 out
mean,
of 10. That's pretty high for what level you guys are.
it is, but I gotta take the opportunity with those 9s.
Yeah. They're basically asking for it.
They are pleading to be vigor pushed.
Yeah. Also, I think he's doing the full action version, which like massively increases the power cap he's able to use.
I don't know about power cap, but
Yeah,
so
I'm,
is
I'm
it
gonna
you roll
I'm gonna
3,
vigor this.
4 more dice?
5 more dice.
Is there 5? Oh god dang, there was 5 9s.
Yeah, why do you think I said I have to?
5 9s at Asher's.
Even though I don't think I need more, results on this.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
it's
I mean,
still-
it still increases it by a lot.
It's still an 11 now.
Yeah.
You get 6 out of 10 dice, and then you get 1 out of.
Actually, it would be a 12, I think.
I'm counting 12.
Yeah.
Oh, because the extra 6.
Oh, because there's a
Let's see. Ido, would you like to try describing what happened with all of that?
Sure. I
You
can
can
say
be
pretty
meta about it
confident-
too.
I can say pretty confidently that Asher sees Haboku very well. So with Haboku's data, yeah, are you having him remove his hood while you're doing this?
Probably, yeah.
He would have,
After
yeah.
after Kotora removed their jacket,
Well, one thing you'll definitely notice right away is that Haboku's body has a lot of inactive or dead data floating around it. Like the entire outer portion of his body, the data seems almost lifeless. Which is kind of interesting because it would contrast with how energetic and active Haboku normally is. But once you go a bit deeper, and you look where his core should be, around his head, between his eyes, as you can tell that that's where the glitch is prominently. But the glitch is more, what remains of his core is pretty fractured or splintered, which it makes sense given his poor memory. Though the main thing you can take away from this is that Haboku is should not really be alive, so to speak. Yeah, he is a medical anomaly.
Not to Asher.
So, given the results, if you're able to push a bit deeper, you're actually able to see even a little bit further around Haboku's core. There is a lot of fiery data or something, a lot of necrotic fire energy, just trying to force Haboku's body to move, or more or less as using it as a vessel, as if it's actively trying to keep Haboku from passing.
Interesting. Well, I could definitely say that you should be dead by all rights. And yet you're
tilt.
not.
Is that good? Bad?
Well, considering you're still alive, I guess that would be a good thing.
Yay!
Definitely an unusual form of the glitching, though. I've not seen something like this before. But I am very intrigued to study it. And possibly fix it.
Yeah, I will say, trying to track down his missing data from the glitch is actually going to be the opposite role. Oh, yeah, where it have increased difficulty.
I mean, if there's a connection, then yeah, I'll go ahead and try the roll now. But if there's no connection, then can't even try.
There's a
it
connection.
anyways.
There's a connection, but it'll be very hard to find it.
Well, in that case.
Oh,
Willpower.
On site.
Still one.
That many ones? Yeah, I'm willpowering.
It's just...
At least it's a 2.
You will have chances later, at least. At least
Yeah.
it's not the first and last time you'll see them. I think Riv's been studying, Haboku for, multiple nights straight at this point.
Actually,
Arcus.
it's
It was
Is
Arcus.
Is it all? Have you not been studying Haboku either?
Not yet.
right now, no, because he was trying to focus on one at a time.
Yeah, it was Arcus, the one that he was studying.
Cause one at a time.
I will say Asher will get Faint, very faint direction, but so far it only briefly goes up, but before trailing off.
I shall have to attempt this later. Otherwise, I'm gonna kind of assume you don't remember any of your other medical history. Is there anything that I should know about? Do you randomly get very hungry? Do you go out into fields and burst into ice? Anything at all remotely similar?
No. Oh, but I did feel ill. Haboku will then and more or less as place a claw over his chest. As I think just before Kotora left, I felt a little burning inside of me. It felt like something was telling me something was wrong.
Okay, next time you get that feeling, immediately come to me so I can do another scan, okay?
Okay.
Don't forget that. I'm
Haboku
counting on
will-
you to be a good minion and let the medic know about something weird going on, unlike the rest of this team that apparently decides to deal with stuff on their own. Okay?
Okay. Can you say that to this? Haboku will take out the book, notebook.
He will repeat it.
Okay, I think that should be good.
Alright, I think you're basically done. When Jace is free, tell him I'm already downstairs.
All right. Haboku will nod and feeling a bit more chipper from being told he's still alive. Even if he doesn't fully understand his situation, he'll hop down from the bed and head outside to wait for Jace.
Asher, for his part, is gonna leave the room and go down, get a quick, small breakfast, something particularly unflavorful, before going down into the basement and preparing the area.
Asher, as you actually go down there for breakfast, you actually see a plate of quail eggs ready for you to consume.
Yeah, those are definitely not what I'm gonna need. Ideally, like some basic bread or something.
You're gonna see the Effectmon kind of goes, "Oh, darling, my husband said that you really liked these quail eggs. I went all the way around town to try to find some."
Well, they were actually
said you had a
robin
real-
eggs.
She kind of looks. That lying husband of mine, he said it was quail eggs. I am so sorry, darling.
But either way, I'm about to chop off my dad's arm, so I kind of want something a little lighter on the stomach.
She kind of thinks, well, let's see. If you want that, I think those, she kind of thinks, I think there's something on the ice in the rocks over there. Some of the other innkeepers have a few really strong tonics. You want me to fetch one of the tonics from one of the other
I just want some
from one of the other
bread.
inns? Guy said, "Oh yeah, bread is easy to get." She kind of goes back. She comes back with a few loaves of it. Here you go. Here's one for you and one for your friend there. Or one of your friend up there.
Thank you. He's gonna be
You need any
munching
strong
on it.
tonics?
No, I'm good. As he's just kind of rushing down before she tries to offer more.
Let me know if you have any help. I need because I have a few listen. I have a few kitchen rags if you want to bring it down there with you.
She has a few what?
Kitchen
Kitchen
rags.
rags.
Ah. No, I'm good.
I like how this innkeeper is just like, oh, you're amputating something? Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
He wants to
By the
help.
way, I'm just gonna say, Asher loses literally all rights to complain about people not going to him for medical things right away. If this goes through without at least the researcher being made aware of the problem.
Jace wants their arm
He
off, and
does-
Asher's willing to help them. You know, it's a yin and yang.
The researcher that Asher now knows basically remembers nothing.
I specified multiple times that he was only missing the past couple of months and had everything else. And I've specified that multiple times.
You can try, but also it is also a personal thing between them two, so it could be either way.
I'm just saying he loses the rights to complain. That's
Also,
all
I
I'm
think
saying.
while you're doing that though, Asher, honestly, would you like to accept the kitchen rags as well to kind of keep some down there?
No.
Jace, you are now outside the room of Haboku as you are stepping through, and not Haboku, kidding. Folger, you see Jace coming through your door, your front door specifically.
It'd be a little weird to go through a back door that doesn't exist. Yeah, Jason's just gonna walk and he's gonna crouch down to Fulgur's eye level and be like, all right, hi, buddy.
As Volker turns, and you can see the glacial bloom marking, and his right eye is now red color. Hi.
I'm assuming you don't know who I am, correct?
Volger, give me the. I know we were doing a check last time. Give me that. I think it was a lore check. Yeah, I think it was I think it was a soul insight lore check.
I think we did a percentile to see.
Oh,
Last time.
percentile. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a percentile.
Oh boy.
Who are you? You feel like you've seen them. It's gonna feel. It's kind of like a feeling of like you've passed someone on the street enough times that it's like, hey, that person I've seen before. But that's as far as it goes.
Who are you?
All right, okay. So we're starting from the beginning here. So my name's Chase. I'm with the team here, like everybody else that you've met so far. I'm Asher's dad.
Hi.
So if I'm understanding things correctly, you're Arcus's brother?
Huh?
Okay. Little skittish, huh? Well, I guess you're not going to answer that one. That's fine. So, Fulgar, you've met the entire team. I'd be the last one, I think. Hopefully you can get familiar with us. In the future, though, can you do me a favor?
What?
Well, if you end up in front, come find one of us and let us know what's going on instead of running away. Do you know what Arcus was doing?
In the past, this latest one Not so much, though. I think Asher allowed me to gain awareness of what's going on, even when Arcus is in control, though, now.
Good, good. Well, Arcus joined a group called the Data Resistance Squad. We look at glitch things and try to help solve those problems.
Data anomaly
Wrong one.
hunters.
Data anomaly
Over my
hunters.
head.
My goodness, my brain. Data anomaly
Or
hunters.
Jace's brain. Who knows? Jace may also, who knows?
He's old and he's got other things in his mind.
Such as chopping
So-
off his own arm.
Just as a heads up, we might be in dangerous situations sometimes if you come out like this again. So running away is very unadvised. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble. So would it be alright if next time you just come to one of us instead, so we can help you?
Yeah.
Good. Do you have any questions for me?
Why did you join it?
Well, my son did, and now that my son was going off, I thought on his own, I didn't expect to be on the same team as him. I figured that maybe I could join to locate an old problem and deal with it.
Bulger's now looking over Jace. And then is it that? As he points to basically Jace's shirt that's covering his arm.
Yeah, the same one that took this.
Did you lose a limb too?
He'll pull up his sleeve. I'm about to lose it a second time, actually.
What the hell, Jace? Yes, tell
Jason,
the,
Jason Asher are just so nonchalant about this. Oh yeah, it's just another Tuesday.
oh yes, tell the scared little boy inside the other boy that you're about to lose an arm. That is perfect conversation material.
Extremely appropriate.
I mean, better to inform him now than later.
Please don't.
Don't what?
Don't lose it.
Oh, don't worry about it. He pulls down his sleeve.
No. Arcus.
What about him?
I don't want to know what... He wouldn't have a good reaction, I don't think.
Well, I got you right now. Can't exactly talk to everybody at once, apparently.
I mean, when he saw me without my leg, that before we went to the ruin, he, didn't... basically made up his mind.
Well, I'm sorry that you two had to go through that. But we're here to help. He's gonna boop your nose, by the way.
He puts a claw over his nose where you touched it.
One thing at a time. Yeah, just get comfortable with us, relax a little bit. We'll handle Arcus when he comes back, and we'll talk with him too, okay?
don't do anything before then?
Times don't always match up, buddy. I'm not sure when he's coming back first.
Why do you want to get rid of your arm anyway?
Who said I wanted to get rid of it? You're implying things. But if you must know, I don't want to be a tool again.
Tool? He tilts his head.
Long story short, the person that took my arm demonstrated they can take control of it whenever they want, with enough dexterity to write and cut me.
Mm. Are you sure there's not a way to, like, block it?
Well, it's something I'm going to have Asher look at before anything. I'm sure he will. But I don't know if I trust it.
Mm.
Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself, okay? Would you be comfortable going outside with the rest of the group and hanging out with them maybe a little bit?
His Fulger's stomach probably rumbles a little.
Come here, you. He opens his arms.
Uh, he takes a step back before tilting his head.
I know how this works. Come here. You're getting a hug, and I'll bring you outside so that way you can feel a little bit more comfortable, okay?
Okay. So you said you're Asher's dad?
Yes, sir.
I wanna give you a note later. Probably will help you a little bit with Arcus.
Okay. But later, it sounds like you need food.
Yeah. And
Come here.
paper, probably.
I
As
know
he's,
somebody that will have paper.
As he's just thinking. He's just thinking and probably oblivious right now.
Fulgar's gonna get scooped up after a few moments. And given a dad hug. And then Jace is gonna carry him out of the room. And then towards the table where everybody else should be.
The small, like, 2-chair meeting table at the end of a long hallway has gotten way too much attention.
Haboku would actually probably be waiting outside the door.
To be fair, Asher did kind of leave you to go downstairs, so you did just kind of go in the hallway, see Asher go downstairs, and then just kind of stand.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
told
ready.
he was told to go to and tell Jace he was waiting. He was ready. To be more precise.
All
You
right.
see Jace walk out of the room, Haboku.
Jace is Archie said to tell you use the book of pauses the think ink downstairs is he was ready.
Okay.
Uh,
Here. Start walking towards Kabotu or
Kabotu.
Kotora and Riv.
The dog Haboku.
Kabotu. Kubota. I don't know why every time I look at your name, my brain sees those old Kaboku shows. The samurai. uh,
Now
he's gonna walk up.
introduce
Go
Kaboku.
Kaboku. All right, Kotora, Riv. Fulgar needs food.
I can make him something.
Fantastic. Yep, I'm gonna go downstairs. Asher's ready. We're
Wait.
gonna. Huh?
Wait, what are you gonna do?
Oh, he points at his arm. Remember?
Kotora nods and frowns a moment. Wait, I really need to talk with you. Please, just give me a moment.
So did I forget something, or was I just not told? Because like I went through my notes and I haven't seen anything about Chase's arm in there.
Oh, maybe we forgot to tell you. This morning's been chaotic.
It kind of has been, yeah.
Long story short, somebody took control of my arm and was able to cut me, use my blood to literally carve a message into the wood that I had to send off.
I was witness to that. But with everything that's been happening, with everything that's been happening, it just hasn't crossed my mind to tell you, Riv. Sorry there.
Wait,
So,
wasn't he doing a whole medical checkup thing? Why is he doing the downstairs thing?
Oh, he's checked me before. Because
I don't have any notes on this though.
Because I'm not going to trust an arm that can just be taken over at any moment in time.
But
So
But
why
yeah.
haven't I been asked to look at this?
Why would I ask you to look at this?
Why would you go to a historian or a scientist for a medical issue?
According to my journals.
That's my argument here. You keep saying that I can't complain, but why would we go to a non-doctor for a doctor issue?
In that case, why would Riv go to a doctor for a non-medical issue?
Why are you going to a doctor for?
Still,
not to mention, you guys do remember that Riv has been scanning Arcus.
we
So
were.
much.
I don't think I was made aware.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
not in character, but out of character.
I will say it is funny because like Viv and Koto specifically, and then there's like Jason Asher, and there is like a clear distinction of like what needs to be done between those two groups. I've noticed.
Yeah.
But
In
You wouldn't go to a biologist if you've got a medical issue. Sure,
Okay.
biologists study the body as well, but they are not a doctor.
Kotora is just shaking his head. I understand how you're feeling, but I think you're going to the extreme for what you're trying to do. Couldn't you at least like wait until we come back to Kansas to see if maybe there's anybody that could help you suppress your arm so you don't have to like lose it forever?
And if it's like an emergency, there's things that I can do about that.
So, you want to take a chance on an arm that at any point in time can be so well controlled that it can just swing and do whatever, even when we're asleep?
I can remain awake and watch you, you know.
He's going to put full guard down. I understand your guys' concept that maybe this is a rash decision, but somebody that lived through this guy and everything else he's taken from me, an arm is a penance, honestly.
But taking your arms off like this is just going to be another win for that guy. Then,
In your opinion, in my opinion, that's ensuring that I don't end up being his tool.
And why don't you just get rid of it temporarily then?
Asher can do that?
You're not good at giving full information of things then.
Well, you watched Asher make the prosthetic. He motions at his arm.
I only remember things of the past couple days based off of my own notes. I've been trying to work back through my memory.
Oh, so you don't remember Asher making a prosthetic limb for somebody that was functional?
I mean, I have notes in that, but why make the? Well, I mean, I guess the prosthetic, but why not just do that when you could only just make sure to get rid of the limb temporarily as well? That way, it could just get reattached later.
That would be up to Asher. I'm not sure if letting him absorb and hold on to that data would be smart.
but
I mean-
he can't. But he can do that, right?
Yeah.
There has to be a way to be able to suppress the control of your arm. Then
I could always freeze it when it gets taken.
That might be very helpful. We're still going to have to, he motions at his arm. But if you're willing to freeze it, that might make me more willing to let Asher hold on to it instead of my initial decision to just destroy it and be done with it.
Oh, Asher was totally going to hold on to it anyways.
What Jace says to do and what Asher does are two different things.
indeed.
The disconnection between what the two plans are is very vast.
I honestly think that's a better idea.
And also, it would let me at least look at the data to start researching it. Because, like, I don't remember. Okay, how do I? Basically, I remember pretty much everything from like more than a few months ago, and I know for a fact that I spent a lot of time looking at some very weird things inside of ruins and the like. Like I've looked at a lot of weird things. I'm pretty sure I could find some information on how to help you.
It's... Go ahead.
Oh, Folger basically just said, "Wait, ruins?"
Oh,
Rib and I are explorers. Well, the last few months, Rib has been the one exploring, but we used to go to places all the time.
What kind of places?
Here, before this conversation kicks off, let's go downstairs, get you food ordered.
Yeah, I'll go and help out the effect one with the food.
Oh, can you set aside some turmeric, ginger root, poppy seeds, and nutmeg for me?
I can try.
Thanks, just like a tablespoon of each. I'm just gonna toss in some whiskey.
Kotora gives a thumbs up.
You're going to be responsible for remembering that later.
Can you repeat that one more time, Jace? Or Era, rather?
Turmeric, ginger root, poppy seeds, and nutmeg. They're spices that do have some anti-inflammatory properties to them. I'm not going to say more because there's other things you can do with them that are...
Yeah.
It's pretty public knowledge, but we're not going down that route.
Yeah. Can you say the first one more time?
I posted in Dead Anomaly Hunters.
Okay.
Much better.
There we go. Turmeric.
And the weird thing is, I'm pretty sure Teldarius knows what Jace is going to do with all that. Or the right way to do all that. Nope, that was a cough.
No, I just. Sorry, I'm just thinking about other things right now. I was not paying attention to that ingredient list at all because I was not being asked for it.
It's
And I
turmeric.
don't-
It's turmeric, ginger root, poppy seed, and nutmeg
Inside of whiskey.
inside of whiskey.
I don't know if the whiskey's the anti-inflammatory.
Uh-huh. Anyway.
We're not going to do the other steps.
Uh-huh.
I'm not listing those off in a stream. Civil War.
You can go.
Thank you.
Make your way.
But before we do that, I just wanted to say with Kotora, guys, thanks for listening. Please, thank you.
Yeah, but we're talking about this whole you guys running off thing later.
I know.
Okay, y'all go make food. I'll bring Fulgur down and set him down, and I am going to make my drink and head downstairs. I
Yeah.
guess you're coming with Riv.
Yes.
All right.
Anything that you'd like to eat, Riv, I'll make it for you. You know.
I'm fine just eating whatever you make. Your
Okay.
food's always good.
The Kotora nuts.
Haboku will trail along at the mention of food.
You have gained +1 puppy.
Uh-oh.
I don't think he's actually eaten anything yet.
I will say, especially with the grand festival and everything that happened last night, I will say, even though it is only breakfast, you will see a very large amount of people in the inn. Also, just having kind of like a celebratory feast down there. Well, like I said, everyone's a little bit drunk at the moment, but it's kind of the morning drunk, so it's not too heavy. But there is a decent amount of people at various tables, even the bar itself.
Basically, we have a whole lot of it's 5 p.m. somewhere.
I mean, it is indeed 5 p.m. somewhere.
So that's why the Ekmon was so chill about Asher mentioning and chopping someone's arm off.
They've got orders to fill, man. They got orders to fill.
The barker, she's busy, and honestly, this is a traveler's town, so this might not be the first time somebody's done this kind of nonsense around here. But Jace will just order the strongest whiskey she has on hand.
Yeah, Kotora is gonna go ahead inside of the kitchen, and he's going to ask the effectman for the turmeric, ginger root, poppy seed, and nutmeg. If she has any of those, and if not, where to get them.
Give me a percentile die. Let's see how many of these she has. Perfect.
Hey.
She has all of it. Oh, darling, yeah, by all means. We've had lots of things. Those poppy seeds make great muffins. I think I actually had turmeric in some of the drinks. Well, more of the colder drinks. That's used to help some of the people with their... She kind of looks around. I say some people have medicinal properties. Ginger root, too. Makes great salads.
Yeah. Kotora is gonna take all the ingredients and go to give them to Jace.
Well, Jace would be going through the kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'll just
yeah.
get past him.
Mhm.
And Jace will make himself something out of the whiskey and all these ingredients, take a sip and be like, all right, Riv, you coming?
Yep.
All right, let's go down.
Right, and I am going to make a cooking roll real quick.
Let's see. So we got either a 0 or a 10. Let's see what's going to be.
I'm guessing 3.
It is a wild card.
I do have an automatic one, at least. Let's see. Oh my god.
I
you,
know! Riv knows his brother!
you got it
The
correctly.
automatic-
3. I am keeping that.
It's actually a 2 with the 1.
No. He has a plus
yes,
one,
that's
automatic
right.
plus one, so it's a
Oh,
3.
Yeah.
Riv knows his brother.
Oh, those 9s though.
Yeah.
Oh, the nuts. I will say you are able to at least cook something decent. Well, you're cooking bar food right now. You're cooking bar appetizers. You're getting you're like throw it in a fryer, call it a day.
Mm-hmm. Probably because of all of the nonsense that happened this morning, Kotora is just spent, but he's still
You're
cooking.
you're like throwing all of the fatty foods into the fryer. The fryer's bubbling, the fryer's going. You avoid a few splatters here and there. You like threaten to sizzle the fryer if it doesn't behave. You know.
Fry food. Perfect.
It's just a whole bunch of fried fair food. Where is Haboku and Folk? I think Haboku. What's Folga specifically? So I know Folga's getting food.
I was specifically.
Olger,
Go ahead.
Olger, probably
I was-
just still has the blanket on. Because no one has taken that off. Or attempted to. Other than that one time.
Security blanket, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I can keep
So
that
if I'm
blanket
not-
as long as he wants some, as far as I care.
So is Folga gonna go downstairs with everyone else?
I think he got carried down by Jace.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna leave him with Kotora.
Kaboku.
You're gonna stop saying that one of these times.
I can't help it. Okay.
Kaboku just sounds like a fusion between Haboku and Kotora.
Don't let
DNA
me get them
Digimon
earrings. I will. We will bring in Digimon fusion into this. Don't test me.
I mean that's actually a thing. DNA digivolving.
Yeah, that's the thing that's been
Yeah.
since season 2.
Let's see.
Yeah,
So
it's a main
Haboku,
staple since season 2. Kept going all the
is
way
it?
down.
I think so. Yeah, I
In
think I've
some
seen that a few
form.
times. Yeah. What's Haboku doing?
Well, if there's food already out, he'll probably be helping himself to it. If not, he'll be waiting with Fulgur to see what's cooked.
I'd say you'd be able to you kind of see the effect one kind of fine. Like, even though there's no open tables, she actually rolls out like one additional table she keeps. Now here's one I keep for VIP guests. Any innkeeper worth their salt will always have a spare table. You never know who important shows up. But you guys are the most important people in town right now.
It's totally
She gives you
dusty as
access
hell
to-
and scratched up and was actually just back there because it was too old and beat up.
Look, if she
It's
wants to
the
pull an
secret
art of
table.
deal, she can.
It's just like, yeah, this is the best table, the VIP table we've ever seen. It's only the most special of people.
Well, regardless, Haboku's not smart enough to know either way. Hey.
She at least dusted the top. At least the top is dusted. But yeah, she'll give you, and then you'll have somehow Kotora is bringing food to both Haboku and Folga because they can't help themselves to start helping cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Folger is staying at that inn table up on the second floor.
If Kotora sees Haboku down there and Fulgor is not there, he would go up there to bring him some food. Here, Fulgor, have some tater tots.
Thank you. Here, it's colder now.
Colder?
He points at you.
Kotora tilts his head. Am I cold? Oh, wait, no, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Usually my hit isn't as 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 hot as it was before. This is my regular temperature.
That's a lot more bearable.
I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. It was quite the thing. I didn't even realize it was happening until I saw the until I saw the what's the name of that thing? The oven turn on by itself.
Oh. Uh, well, I'm really sensitive to heat.
Mm, I can imagine. You did live in the ice region, didn't you? That would make sense.
Not just that.
Huh? What's
My body would start to melt.
Kotora is taking a step back. Huh?
My old body.
Yep.
Not Arcus's.
Oh. Ah. Um. I'm I'm sorry if I gave you unpleasant memories.
No, I wouldn't melt entirely. It just wouldn't be a good feeling. I just
That's
really don't like heat.
Kotora rubs the back of his head. I can understand that. I can entirely turn off my heat, but it shouldn't like it shouldn't be bad enough that you would start melting from it. At least not usually. That when you met me, that was kind of a strenuous circumstance.
Yeah. Me
Still
too.
Still though, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Are you going to are you going to be alright staying here? I understand you wouldn't want to go downstairs with all the people causing commotions.
I'll be up here for a while.
Okay. If
I
you
need to
needed
go through Arcus's things anyway to see what is still there and not.
Okay. If you needed anything, uh, uh, do shout and I'll come to your side.
Okay.
Kotora gives him a thumbs up.
And Fulgura will start eating the tater tots.
Yeah. Kotora is going back down to give Haboku his food.
Dang, not even hash browns, man.
It's still potato related.
I mean, you could have smashed them and made them look like. I'm kidding.
I will make hash browns later. I promise.
Haboku
Jason,
will accept the food and dig in happily.
Kotora smiles. We can probably move on to the next scene unless Haboku has something to say.
No. He's starting to wind down from all the excitement. and
Yeah, Kotora feels the same.
Give me a percentile die, Haboku.
oh boy.
41. As you are kind of beginning to, you do hear some general chatter among some of the guests. You do also see what looks to be a group of small Camamons that seem to be talking about how they have been they kind of talk about their journey, and they're like, we just got like 10 more miles to the city and then we'll be free. And they just seem to be chatting to each other involving they seem to be talking about some sort of grand journey they are taking, and they seem to kind of almost like reminiscing a little bit about it, but also they sound like they have a lot of hope to themselves.
Haboku will be a bit wary considering Rigiri. he- but he'll just try to keep an eye on them. You said they were
Is it
camo,
mixed?
right?
Yep. Nope, not Camamon. That's the turtle people. You
Oh.
also passed a different set of group of Camimons on the way to the city as you were coming into the city.
Oh, Kamemons. I see. Yeah, that makes
Camimons.
Okay. I was a bit confused at first. I
The
thought they
tiny
were
turtle people.
okay. In that
Yeah,
case, in case for combat, Haboku will be listening to them with interest, as
Yeah.
he'll probably consider approaching them once he's done eating.
I'll give you go ahead and give me a kind of like a perception roll for now, just to kind of see how well you listen as they talk. And then we'll circle back to that. Body, insight, perception.
Just okay.
It wouldn't be a good tavern without some good tavern rumors.
Haboku is perception puppy.
That is 5 with instinct, perception.
Yeah. Well, I'll circle back to that whenever we get Asher and Jason. Apparently, Riv is also now joining them down there. Riv wants to see the amputation.
Well, no, he wants to try and make sure that this is done as okay as possible.
Jace, you go. Of course, the effect one doesn't hesitate even for a second to unlock the hatch for Asher, and they'll lock it back whenever Asher obviously isn't there. But the second you ask to go down the stairs, they happily unlock the kind of trap door essentially to the basement area.
Yep, Jace is gonna go ahead and take his little concoction while walking down the stairs and shoot it. Even though that's more like a low ball, so 4 or 5, maybe 6 shots.
Thank you for the tip, Gimund.
$10, late tradition.
That is the second tier of the tip goal completed.
Dun, dun, dun.
And he'll get downstairs, wave dash, and be like, "All right, I guess we got a Riv here too."
Riv's just gonna wave.
And I guess Jace will just start pulling off his shirt and moving to wherever Asher is set up.
Asher is set up, probably on whatever platform he could find, to, nice flat surface. Well,
There's a
I
few-
guess if you want, Riv here. Not sure why he needs to be here, but...
I guess he wants...
because apparently he's worried about there being an active data link, so he was thinking about destroying the arm entirely, but if I freeze it, we won't have that problem, so we can actually save the arm, and I could help research it and actually figure out how to fix it, and then he could have the arm back later.
I
But he said, I guess.
I wasn't planning to destroy it anyway.
He said he was.
Oh. Well, What are you gonna even do with it, Asher? No, you know what? I don't. He puts up his hands. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. He'll hop up on the place and be like, "All right, now, okay." He also wanted to
Fine.
scan, I guess.
Well, I do want to be able to see the data in order to help fix the problem, but I mean, if the problem's just localized to your arm, I only need to be able to see the arm.
Well, he'll have plenty of time to consider that. And then Jace lays down.
Well,
Will you
no,
consider
he won't
yourself
really have
physically-
access for it.
Do we have
Jace, do you have any debuffs at the moment due to your drunkenness?
no?
Okay.
He had a single cup. Why would he be drunk?
I'm just not sure if the alcohol did it. Just checking.
I mean, he's probably feeling something, but I don't know. It depends on the strength of whiskey. Honestly.
It's 101 because we like to go above 100 here. 101 proof, of course, not percent.
If it was 101%, I wanted to know their secrets.
That was-
101%.
Tell me your secrets immediately.
Oh, so that stuff burned. They call
did
this
ask
liquid
for
courage for a
whiskey.
reason. I asked for the strongest whiskey.
Yeah, 101
For
proof
a
is what they have.
Very good
recently
reason.
here.
Well, do you want him to do the scan now then, Asher? Or do you want to just share data? I don't know how you do this sort of thing. He wavers with one arm.
I mean, I just kind of look at what I can see and then write down notes on it. But, sir, if he wants to scan you, he can.
Okay, do you mind if I do like a really deep scan then, just to get as much data as possible?
Not really. I'm kind of used to it.
Jace, quick question. You said you had your shirt off. What do you actually physically have on you? Like, are you just going down there bare? Do you have anything with you? Are you taking any of your gear? Like, what do you physically have on you at the moment?
Oh, the only thing he has is a kukuri, which he's going to have to remember to remove from his arm that's about to be gone.
That's why I'm asking. Because you did say you take off your shirt, and I know you keep it underneath your shirt, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, he's going to have to take those off. He's not in the right mind state right now to be thinking about things.
Okay, so
To
you
be
set
fair, they'd
off
be
your
left behind
kukuris.
because Asher's only taking the arm itself.
Yeah, he'll still pull them off. Just kind of set him aside and be like, all right, these things. Whoops.
Ribs is gonna look over at Asher and go, "Hey, do you have any straps or rope or something?"
Yeah, I got that.
Yes.
Okay, because before we do anything, we should probably just make sure it's strapped down if someone else can't control it.
Asher's just gonna look at Riv with some confusion and shrug and begin strapping down all of Jace.
Well, I believe at the arm, but like, okay.
That works.
I mean, it's not like he'll feel anything anyway, so you know.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
Asher is planning to do an amputation, so don't necessarily want Jace squirming around during it.
Don't worry, because Ribs here, that will literally not be a problem. So what I'm gonna do is, hey Zed, remember how we discussed how his deep scan will
Yeah.
work? Yeah, so he's just gonna be doing that. So currently his deep scan gives 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So deep scan for 9. Just so that you don't have to like explain what exactly is going on with it right now or anything. I'm just letting you know that he has that now.
Yeah.
So he'll just be spending like in character like just a couple of minutes just effectively scanning like every single bit of his arm.
Yeah.
You just
You
get
wanna give me a roll for
9
it?
automatic successes?
He does have a mechanic where if he's able to take like 10 to 20 minutes just scanning, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a taking 20 kind of thing. I think.
It was
That's
something
not a thing
Zerta
in this
wanted.
system.
Normally not, but it is something that Zerta wanted to give him. So
I'll have to remember that later. I forget the moment, but I will have to remember that later. I'll say for this situation, yes. I wrote. Okay. I will say with just looking in general, you're able to look. You can tell that like half of the data on their arm is basically like first off just completely missing. Like it is kind of like it's kind of like how you've seen some of the glitch effect things where a lot of parts of their arm are essentially like just completely just gone. Like it is not there. Yeah, it is one of those things where like the arm almost shouldn't even really be connected, but there seems to be almost like glitch data strands that essentially go between like their shoulder to where their fingertips are, and you do essentially see that like I said, there's so much of that missing data. Now what you do notice from the deep scan is while the data does seem to be missing, there is some other data that seems to almost be there, but it's not exactly there. It's like you can see. It's kind of like seeing the influence of something without actually knowing what the cause of that influence is. It seems like there is some other part of them that is connected to something else, but you're not sure if it's just entirely the effect of it or just the way it ended up happening. So it is a curiosity to you. At this moment, you're not really too sure how to fix it, but you definitely can tell that there is a lot that is going on with it, more than just like the surface level. It is a lot deeper than some of the others. It is definitely not a random. It looks very, very controlled because, like I said, there is essentially two kinds of glitch that you have researched. There is the wild kind, that is just what is happening in the world around you and causing it to affect the world around you in chaotic, random ways. And this seems extremely controlled, as if it was plucked almost strand by strand to make sure it was accurately done.
all right, but just to be sure, it does not go past the shoulder.
It does not go past the shoulder in any capacity.
All right. After doing this for a while, Riv is just gonna nod, look over, and go, okay, so how exactly were you planning on taking it? Because I just want to make sure what I should be doing in order to make sure that this goes as good as possible. Because I could definitely confirm it doesn't go past his shoulder. He is looking at Asher for that, by the way.
I think Jace is currently tied to like a like. Jace is like tied to like a pallet or something.
Well, yeah, but he's asking Asher what his process was going to be, so that way Riv knows what to do in order to help things along.
A second.
Zim might have stepped away.
Yeah, he might have stepped away.
Also, I will say, as you're also kind of looking at it,
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Orca Commander just resubscribed for 22 months. Duke Duke Duke.
thank you so much for helping
Thank
us,
you.
Orca Commander, with that.
Thank you for that resub, Orca, and your 22 months of support.
Welcome back, Asher.
But yeah, Riv was asking for what Asher's plan was, so that way he can best assist. because you can confirm it doesn't go past the shoulder. So, a lot of options.
Zim, are you okay, buddy?
I wonder if he's having audio issues again.
He might be having audio issues, or he
No.
might also just be popping it on headset real quick to thank him, and then is still away.
No, I am here.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Well, how is Asher planning on taking the arm?
I will say the two different options essentially are available is trying to do it almost in a singular chop and then like kind of like a meat cleaver, kind of a single chop, or trying to essentially test to see if we're able to do it in one go.
It's technically more, but you know.
My plan was to simply pull out the arms data.
Okay. In that case, Jace, would you prefer to be more aware or less aware during this?
I'm fine. That drink will handle me.
All right. In that case, I'll just get started myself, and you just take the data when you're ready.
How well tied down is Jace at the moment?
How what?
How well tied down is Jace at the moment?
I assume pretty tied down.
I mean, from the way Asher was describing it earlier, I kind of imagine that Jace at the moment is a mummy of ropes.
Not quite. The idea was just making, because I doubt we have enough rope for that.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
Like maybe he's just like tied down through the torso and arms like that.
very firmly secured legs and tail as well.
Makes sense.
Arms, legs, and tail.
And chest.
A little bit of chest in now.
Yep.
Okay, are you going to try using the defrag on it?
Well, Rib was planning to do something first.
In preparation.
I have no idea what
Well-
Riv can and cannot do, so I can't really say
know.
anything on what he should be doing to help or how he can help. I've got no idea what is going on with all of this.
Okay.
Wait,
well,
what are you trying to accomplish? Let's get that out of the way.
when he was ready, and I was about to say this, but then question
good.
time. Which was he's literally just going to try and completely freeze Jace from neck down with his thing.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and take the exhaustion for that.
Okay.
As because I'm assuming you're pretty willing for this, Jace.
I can't exactly resist anything right
I
now.
don't.
Well,
I think the
okay. Well,
willingness
this
is
matters
taken
because
away.
it's an effect. So if you resist,
Yes,
then you have
I'm
to
not.
roll,
I am not
so-
resisting right now.
Yeah, I just have to ask to check. In that case, congratulations, Jace. You're completely data frozen from the neck down. There's you are froze.
I guess
Whoa.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, you're gonna kind of get iced over a bit, but hey, it's fine.
Jace has become a popsicle.
Yep. The arm is frozen, the body's frozen. Just, congratulations. Now it probably also can't freak out on us. And it will
What's
potentially...
the save for that, by the way, Tal?
The save for that right now is that is DC 6.
Let's see, and what do they roll to actually resist that?
Acrobatics or athletics. DC 6. If there are 10s, I'm absolutely biting as much as I can.
Okay, you mind just the 110?
How many 10s are there? Actually, you know what? If there's 110, I'm doing that. If there's 2, I'm doing it. If there's 3, I don't have enough for that. So.
Okay, you're able to freeze over the arm as in its current state. But also as you guys are beginning to do that, you begin to try freezing over the body. And you are able to essentially start to do that freezing, but as you do, especially once it starts getting to the arm starts reacting on its own volition, as you're essentially affecting it in a very negative way at the moment. What is the actual effect that is applied with that?
Narratively, it's a freeze effect. In terms of mechanical effect, it's a restrain effect, which means that with this right now, effectively it's a restrain, stops movement, and also currently stops attacking. So it can't attack and it can't move until it bypasses that DC 6 save. After that, it can attack, but it can't move too much, so it can't try and pull Jace anywhere until it gets rid of both.
Try to do your defrag refrag on the arm. You have it's almost like a shiver comes over you, as out of nowhere the glitch data that is in the arm seems to be growing very, very rapidly, as if it is pulling in data from around the room, or even creating its own data in a way that you have not seen before. And the arm is growing. The arm is very, very much growing at the moment. Let me do this. Asher, Jace, and Riv. I need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Jace can't really do too much, but,
I guess it's a good thing that Riv really wanted to be there to try and freeze this thing.
Indeed.
Jace's arm has now been added to the combat tracker.
Kind of funny.
Is Jace's arm still attached to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Also, Haboku, with your perception as you're trying to listen in, you feel extremely weird, and you're getting a premonition that something is wrong. Once again, though everyone else in the inn seems to be perfectly fine, you have a sudden sense that something is very wrong.
Do I need to roll again to see where it's coming from?
Give me an initiative roll so I can add you to the tracker.
Hey, I might need a 5-minute break here really quickly. I need
yeah.
to clean up something the cat just knocked over. So
Oh,
if
no.
we can please pause, that'd be great.
Actually, yeah. Let's just take a 5-minute break a second because this is a thing.
Yeah. Burb.
Seems like someone has taken a great exception to this course of action. What do you
Apparently
mean? It's just
this
an
is
arm.
objectionable. It's just an arm. It's fine.
It's just an arm. I will say they did only get two. They did get two. They did get 2 tens on their roll to actually resist that freezing effect, but
Ah.
overall they did not get above a 6.
Even if it's all of my boosts for this session, I think this was a worthy cause.
Can I take a quick BRB real quick, too?
Yeah, we're on a 5-minute break.
I can't believe we're actually fighting an enemy called Jace's arm right now.
It is pretty silly. It is pretty silly.
It is. I like it.
Also, I feel very vindicated by purchasing increased DC by 2 on that thing now.
Very good.
Return.
Welcome back.
Yep, welcome back.
It's just a little bit longer for the break.
Oh no.
Sorry this is taking me so long. There's glass everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that's
I had this glass ornament up on a shelf, and it is everywhere.
it is no longer on the shelf. Understood.
It is across my living room floor and partially in the kitchen, and apparently the cat dragged a piece of it all the way downstairs. So I've got some vacuuming to do. I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, oop, indeed, Kenku.
You know, I don't think the quotes have the right idea for what this battle is gonna be.
I mean, at least the enemy literally starts with restrained 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
That makes things a lot easier on us, I think.
I mean, it could be referencing how the arm does not apparently want to be amputated.
Yeah, I am pretty sure this reaction would have been the same whether it was the frozen that happened first or the amputation that happened first.
Oh. Hmm. Quote for Asher versus Crazy Arm. I want to breathe.
Pretty accurate.
Apparently not, Asher.
Oh my gosh. Quote for Riv versus Crazy Arm. Experts underestimate the knowledge of the average populace on their subject of expertise, even when they're trying to compensate. Oh no.
I'm more surprised that the cat ended up like dragging one of the shards downstairs. Like, damn.
I
Or-
mean,
and across, or I guess across the house. I don't know if it's downstairs or not.
cat.
Well, yeah, but normally they just make messes and leave.
Whisker's cat steals his pen all the time. Literally steals it and hides it all the time.
Fair. Most cats that I have just make a mess and then fuck off.
My kid is pretty well behaved, all things considered. He does like to go into my room and sleep on on the pillows on my bed though.
That's just cute though.
Yes.
Quote for cat being cat. Yes, I remember that. No, he didn't.
Okay. I think the roommate's taking up the vacuuming downstairs. The cat's okay. I think the string got caught to his paw, so when he was running, the orb just kind of dragged with him and continued to shatter as he went down the stairs.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Running from the thing that made the loud noise.
Yeah, it would do it.
I'm okay for the most part. Sorry.
That's good.
Scared the shit out of me.
I bet.
It's a little bit of anxiety now. Yay.
Okay, so we are in combat with the arm then.
Yeah. There we go. So let's see. We need a initial check. Haboku upstairs is beginning to notice something, but he is still kind of. It's a little bit hard to understand at the moment. It looks like, oddly enough, even with everything, Jace's arm, which is still a crazy thing to say, Jace's arm is currently up first. They're going to try to do a re-break of both the restraints as well as the frozen by essentially pumping the arm. And actually, you would be able to see this too, essentially pumping like the arm with like almost, it's kind of like what you got, especially Jace. It's kind of like almost what you would see with like what Kotora was doing, but with a different kind of set. It seems more controlled as it's trying to grab the free data around the area and essentially trying to use it to pump itself. And that is a
What free data?
it would be actually that's a good point.
Because Asher, like any of the free data from the cameraman, was taken by Asher specifically.
Oh yes, actually yes, you're right. In this case, let me just double check. So it does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the restraint, correct, Riv?
DC is 6, yes.
Okay. You would say, Asher, as you were essentially looking, it looks like essentially the glitch data itself in the arm seems to essentially be multiplying in itself. And the data seems like it's kind of like you see, like, if you ever seen like a bacteria underneath like a microscope and you see it just slowly like increasing, it seems to almost be created out of nothing. Like, it seems like the arm data, it's almost like it's being fed. And in terms of what I was saying about with the free arm, with the free data, you actually start to see what looks to be very faint strands in the air, and it seems to actually be going to the arm itself. It is essentially free data that it was so minuscule that you wouldn't actually see at the time, but as it's essentially now going, you notice the source does seem to be coming from somewhere, but you're not too sure where, as it's going to like through the ceiling into essentially the room itself, as if something is trying to charge it from an outside source, as this arm both multiplies and adds at the same time. And not only that, but on top of the arm where it's missing that glitch data, you see what looks to be like a bump that begins to form as it breaks free from these restraints as well as the freeze, and you see what looks to be the eye of something. You're not sure what. You're not sure what kind of Digimon it's attached to, but you see an eye of some other foreign Digimon that seems to be coming out of the arm's glitched part. And as the arm breaks free, Jace, you are also broken free from at least where your arm is. However, with the rest of your body being essentially tied down, it is essentially not able to essentially go anywhere else. It seems to be trying to look around for for the weapon that you were using. How far
Uh,
away did you set those Kikiris?
Also, it only cleanses the one
It's still slowed.
intensity of it, so no, it's not still slowed. It still can't move.
Yeah. So it is trying to, but it is just not able. Especially it's attached to Jace, which it
Yeah.
can't exactly move without Jace.
Well, I'm just saying
It's
it can't
trying to
even
move.
try it right now. Technically speaking, it can't even try and like grab something and
Yeah.
pull itself and Jace. It still counts as restrained one.
Yeah. Oh, this one is going to be for now, but that is going to be. It's that. Is it 2 actions or 1 action to do that? Because can they make a second action for it?
It basically did one action, so it still has its other action, but it can't cleanse again. It can perform some other action that is not movement related, so long as it's not movement related, and it can't cleanse again because it already did it once.
Okay. Riv, how close are you to this thing right now? How close were you to Jace when you started? Because you said you were freezing them over. Is that from a distance or from close up?
He has short range on it, so he would have been staying a little bit away.
Okay. You see it essentially try to start. It tries to search around for some kind of weapon, but it's just not able to. It's just not able to get close enough to anything. With it being frozen over, you've at least stunned it enough this turn, and it is going to try searching the area for something, but be unsuccessful. Haboku, give me a perception check. Oh, how did that move to? Oh, what? Oh, okay, there we go.
Sight or hearing, or whatever.
Make it. This is going to be a soul insight perception.
Full empathic or instinct?
Yeah, empathic. We'll go empathic. Yeah. Give me a soul empathic check.
Wow, that's a whole lot of nothing. I will. Yeah, sure. I'll vigor to make the 6s count out for 4.
Okay. As you begin to sense, you feel like foreign data is suddenly being you're not too sure. It's an unfamiliar feeling, but it is almost the same feeling of whenever Kotora was in danger, and you get the sense of it is like you looking around, and you don't see anything wrong over here. You don't sense anything from upstairs, but you feel a strong sense something else. It's almost like a pit in your stomach that almost feels like it's dragging you down.
Well, if nothing else, Haboku will hop up from his seat and try to follow it. And then
I'd
if
say
its direction, and if the direction is leading him down, he'll try to go down.
Yeah, and as you would be very clear about where the cellar is at this point. You get the sensation, even if it's just a guess at this point, I would say even Haboku could probably be able to reasonably guess there's probably something going on downstairs, though you have no idea what. You just feel like something is off. And it's a sinking feeling in your stomach as you are able to essentially make your way to essentially in one swift motion, you'd be able to make your way to the trapdoor, as you'd be able to get far enough to open up the trapdoor, and you feel a very strong, almost sickening pit of your stomach as you are essentially sensing what is going on around there, and it is just a sense of danger.
Hi, Asher. I had that feeling again.
So he's been
As you
able to
say,
make it all the way down?
No, he's at the top of the ladder.
He's saying this out loud from down there.
Yeah. He's calling out from the top of the trapdoor.
They are in the room where we fought the cameraman.
Oh no.
All the way in there.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. Haboku, you called down. No one responds to you. No one responds to you. Sorry, I thought you were in the. I didn't know you go to the really big secret room. No, you're good. Haboku, you called down. No one responds to you as you try to look down this hallway down this staircase. As you see the effect one is like, oh, darling, I think they went all the way back. If you is your friends hurt? Or is something going wrong, buddy?
I think there might be something wrong.
Oh, darling. Oh, here, and you'll see as she'll go over to you to help, like, look and say, okay, I'll open up that door where I think they went down there to that path where I was being kept. I'll open up the door for you down there, and you'll essentially spend your turn, and I would say you'll spend your turn at least getting to the base room, but it is Riv, your go.
By the way, sorry to interrupt, but can I roll initiative?
Oh, certainly. Go ahead.
Yeah, because
Haboku would have walked past Kotora. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought Kotora went upstairs to give food to Folger.
Yeah, but he came back downstairs to give food to Haboku.
Yeah, he was
Yep,
right there.
Kotora, give me a initiative check. Oh, okay.
Kotora is low on the uptake, unfortunately.
You were fine. Riv, what are you doing?
Riv is like looking at this, and he's just gonna mumble himself, "Oh, this is gonna suck." And he's going to try and refreeze it, which means he's about to jump up 3 exhaustion.
Oh boy. How much of a deficit is he looking at now?
Well, let's just hope this works.
Oh no.
Let's just let's just hope this works, guys.
Fingers crossed.
Oh god, this is gonna suck. That was only partially like in character. It's fully in character, but it's also partially out of character. Great.
Did not go
Nice.
through.
I saw the dice. Nice.
Nice.
I see that.
Yeah,
I see
there-
a 7. I see. There it is. A 3. So that means it has to roll a 3 or higher.
Oh no! Well, no. This is application because unless it still counts as Jace accepting it.
No, it is not.
That's about what I figured. This
3
is
would not. Go ahead.
This I was gonna say this is important. So let's see here. Can I know Riv thinks, but all right. Yep. You know what? Actually, this will be difficulty 6, which means with 2 5s there. Oh God, he is in such absolute exhaustion hell now, but this is so worth it. Does a 6 apply? Does it have a soul save of 6 or less?
The soul save is above 6.
What? Oh. It has a soul save of above 6. Okay. Well, that's rib fucked.
Asher, you see your father's arm get very big, bulbous, and grow an eye. This is a very weird experience for you, but how are you handling? I will say you can target only the arm, and that is something, even though I know it is connected to Jace, I will give you, all of everyone, the chance to say you are only targeting the arm. And unless you fumble on your accuracy, you're not going to harm Jace's other body parts.
I'm still just surprised it has a soul save of 7 or above. Shit.
Well, it's clearly getting out of hand, so just attack time.
I will say, as of right now, that is just barely enough to actually hit it at the moment. You can tell it hasn't reached its full power, but it is definitely trying.
Alright, this is Astral type.
Jace, what are your weaknesses, by the way?
Double checking right now, but they should be. Piercing light double, astral, metal, poison, necrotic, poison, or psionic. So yeah, I'm weak to astral.
Double weak to astral, apparently.
Single. I'm double weak to light.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Nice.
That is going to be a decent chunk of its HP. That is a really nice roll. As you begin to essentially... how are you attacking this thing?
He's just doing his normal thing, trying to rip out data as it's trying to absorb it.
I will say, not only are you able, with that kind of damage roll, you're not only able to hurt it, but you also seem to be able to, as it's trying to grow in this data, you also seem to also be hindering how much it can grow as well. You have stifled it in a way you don't even know yet. But it is very, very good.
Well, that's it
How are you
for
doing, Jace?
Asher.
I'm not going to cleanse. I'm a rock right now. But I can, while not being able to do attacks, I can do this. Asher, you're getting a crit scale. Your accuracy goes up by 2 and your critical goes up by 1.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
And I can't do that again, but... I'm gonna intentionally throw up a shadow gate, fail it, and take the 20% disable chance to eat it. So that way, disabled applies to me and my arm.
Okay. You have to describe what that kind of is for a second. You said 20%.
Yeah, 20% chance of disabled popping. I don't know if this is affecting the arm or if I'm just disabling my own teleport. But Jace basically rips open a little shadow gate and it freezes in place because I'm intentionally letting the hack fail.
You do that, and what does that mean for them?
Well, I would be applying disable to myself normally, which would normally disable the move, but disable the last attack can be used up to disable up to 3 attacks. If none have been used, a roll is used to determine what disables randomly.
Okay. I'll take that roll then. Is it like a D3? Because you said you had. Oh, wait, so D, however many abilities it has, right?
I was
I would
the
assume-
last one used.
If it hasn't used any, then it's random.
Yep.
Yeah, it hasn't used any yet. It was just kind of search, other than break acrobatics, but I don't think that's counted as part of it.
No, that's not a move.
Yeah.
It's just stress.
So it'd be a
I
random
will-
roll.
Ooh, okay, that is actually really good. Okay. You have disabled something very great.
Cool, there's a stuck frozen shadow gate in the world right now. It's gonna be there a while, guys. Sorry. I'm not
Don't
cleansing
mind
that
the-
away.
Don't mind the frozen shadow gate.
And I'm gonna just use my tails to flick my Kukuri way the hell away as the last standard action.
That is fair.
And then I'll pass my turn.
Oh, good thing. Kotora, it is your go.
Okay.
Go ahead and you essentially, you guys have made it
Zerda, you
down.
sound like you're really far from your mic.
Sorry. Kotora, it is your go. I'll say you guys are at the bottom of the staircase, at the bottom of the ladder, and you see the effect mod essentially trying to find the thing to open it up, but it'll take a second, but she is able to open that up. And in this case, I'll say that you guys, you're able to kind of progress not into the main room, but you would be able to, with all of you guys' movement, to be able to get to at least like that middle section between the big room and this room, kind of where that photo room was. You do notice some of the pictures have been taken down and collected by you guys, but the room is still a complete mess from where it was.
Yeah, so we're still not there yet, right?
Nope, not yet.
Yeah, but before all that,
Mhm.
yeah, Kotora noticed Haboku just suddenly leaving without any explanation and running to the kitchen. So Kotora follows behind him, and he's privy to the conversation that Haboku just had a premonition, and so he's following behind. And well, yeah, he's following Haboku towards wherever we're going. And I'm basically we're just sprinting, but the sprinting takes two actions, right?
Sprinting is a full action.
Yep.
Oh, full action. Okay then that will make turn then. Yeah.
And I'm giving you and Haboku a little bit of leeway to get there. So since you're essentially both going at the same time, I'll let you kind of have both some movements each. And then as for Jace's arm, as you see it tried to essentially get more of that data that seems to essentially be coming from almost nowhere. It tries to create more of that data, but you kind of see it as it begins to essentially glitch out, not in a good way for it at least. It glitches out in a bad way as you see it try to multiply, but it seems to almost be fizzling out as it is trying to gather that. But in a attempt, it is actually going to try to rend itself free from your shoulder, Jace.
Good riddance, asshole. Get off my body.
With a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to hit. I think 6 will hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, only one act. No, it's going to push that. I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I rolled 6 6s and a 7. So they
Yeah,
have one goal
can
in
happen.
mind. That is way too many 6s. You're gonna see them as like you guys are trying to like do this very calculated, very much. You just see this arm, Jace, as you do this, as it's trying to grow. It literally like puts out its 4 claws and essentially does a thing where it will dig itself into your own shoulder, and it will essentially pull itself. And as the essentially the sharpness of the claws as well, your arm breaks free from your body
How
as
much
it is
damage am I
now.
taking?
With that, that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 damage or 7 physical attack.
Thank you. I take 3.
And the arm is now been freed from your mortal coil and is now free as it is going to use its entire movement.
It's still frozen.
Oh, thank you.
It can't
Still
move
frozen.
and it can't attack, actually, technically. So
Well,
it's
it
going to have
can't-
to
it can
land
attack.
first. Oh, it can attack?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only
It
one.
can
So yeah, I can't
it's only
move.
one. Yeah, because I rolled a 6 and that wasn't enough. So, well, it be like that sometimes.
And then I can use. I think can it use refresh to fully free? Or is it fully free? But does it have one more? Does it have one more condition it needs to go through?
It still has to go through another condition.
Okay.
It cannot move currently.
That is going to be. That is going to be a 7 for breaking free of that one effect.
All right. Well, it's through the ice. It still has the mundane from the straps, though. So.
Oh, it completely broke free of the straps. It broke free of the straps whenever it broke free of the ice.
You can
Your
only,
ice was
you can
stronger
only
than it.
you can only cleanse one at a time, but okay.
It broke. It was like it was a power move on this end. It basically your ice was more powerful than the ropes, so when it broke free of the ice the first time, it broke through the ropes in this situation.
Just keep in mind in the future that those would be 2 separate conditions that it would have to break through individually.
The
Yeah.
frozen and the restrained.
Yes.
That's why we did both, is because it's supposed to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then if they were what would be the DC for like breaking free from? Is it still the same check to break free from the ropes?
It's the same check. It's just
Different.
it would have a different
There's-
DC.
Okay.
And you don't cleanse all conditions on you at the same time. You pick
Yeah.
one condition from one source, unless it's something like damage over time.
Okay, so the first one would have actually broken the ice the first time. The second one I just rolled would break free from the ropes. So what does it have now?
It would just have the level 1 from the ice left, because Riv's ice applies 2.
And that is what is the condition called? So I'm looking it up right now.
Restrained.
Restrict. Okay.
It applied level 2 restrained. It cleansed 1 level of it, so now it's 1 intensity. So now it's intensity 1.
Thank you for that.
You know,
Technically speaking, it would have been at restrained 3. Because the ropes
I thought
plus
I thought
the
that conditions. I thought that conditions were applied separately if it was from separate sources.
No.
Okay.
They do stack up
Oh,
to
yeah, 'cause-
3. If it's the same
Oh, I
condition.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that because it was from a different source.
Disables attacks. Okay, yeah, can only cleanse. So it would essentially cleanse once to get from stage 3 to 2. It would then cleanse again to go from stage 2 to 1, and then it does the attack. Does that sound correct?
Yep.
Yep, that would be correct.
Okay.
And now it's just unable to move.
Yep, and it's not able to move anyway on its turn, so it is essentially still under that last. It's still kind of a little bit chilled from that ice. It's not completely restrained from that ice. It's still restricting its movements, but it is slowly gaining its sentience. Haboku, it is your go.
Well,
yes.
I figured we're still running.
Mhm.
Yep. I would say with your last full action, you and Koto would be able to get to the room to see what is happening. As you essentially get into the room, Haboku, and as you step into the room with Kotora, you see Jace's arm just completely cleave its own self from the shoulder as it is essentially now separated. Jace is very much bleeding through his shoulder at the moment, and the arm seems to have gained sentience and is attacking the group.
Okay, he'll repeat. Asher, I had that feeling again.
Okay, we'll have to deal with that later. We're kind of in the middle of something right here.
Okay, he looks
Attack the
very
arm.
nervous again.
Riv, it is your go.
All right. Well, it's time for Riv dealing direct damage right now is a no-go. So he has one final play, which is
I will say you can also use your turn to help Chase get out of the bindings, because he is also kind of bound up at the moment.
yeah, no, there's some other problems with that, which is also that yeah, there's some other problems.
Good. What are you doing?
Oh wow.
He was yeah, no, he was gonna make one last go of this shit in order to try and make it so that way he could freeze it.
You could
Again.
bigger boost those 9s. You got 3 9s there.
Yeah, you know what? For sure, exhaustion hell to just exhaustion hell. Why not? Why not? It'll freeze it and he'll be passed out. He might recover enough exhaustion. Oh wait, oh no, that's
Oh boy.
well, I think it's gonna get frozen. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
What's it have to roll to resist it?
It doesn't. Do I pass its soul save?
Oh, that does actually, yes. That passes his soul save.
Did you say
His
12?
soul
'Cause I
save
think
was
that's
actually
13.
just... Yeah, his soul save was only 7. Because it is more than 6.
Oh, it is 13, yeah. Alright, well, in that case, with a 13, congratulations, it's back at Restrained 3, and with that, Riv has now achieved... Alright, let me start marking stuff off. Poor guy. Poor guy's now at -5 exhaustion from penalty. Or -5 penalty from exhaustion. He's at 12 exhaustion.
Jesus.
He has done his job, even if he's about to pass out.
Okay.
As, it just straight up got frozen again. Get fucked. Back to Restrained 3.
I love restrained.
It is. You go, Asher.
Alright, so I've got 2 extra accuracy, you said, and...
Increased crit by 1.
So that, and... that...
I feel like Stage 3 Restrained should at least give them a little bit more, what's the +1 difficulty here? I said...
It means that when it rolls, it has +1 difficulty to escape, which means it needs to roll 8s or above, not 7s or above.
Okay.
Basically, it goes to, hey, get fucked. You can only do this, and it's harder.
You crit Jace's arm.
I forgot to do a, I forgot to
combo in
do
there.
the, reduced for stab on the last one.
Ah.
I will say you have definitely surpassed its resistance though, or it's the special evasion, correct?
Yes.
Yep, it is. That is more than double its.
That's a crit then.
Oh, those ones.
Oh, wait. I rolled the wrong thing.
Oh, that's not. You're good.
It was supposed to be that.
That looks like much more dice.
Not much more in the way of success. But...
You could show that one.
Or I could body boost a bunch of those other numbers.
Yeah,
True.
what you
I'm gonna body.
Okay.
How many uses of that do I have? Well, I haven't used any, and I'm currently at 2 of them. Alright. So...
I'll say that it is actually taking a decent chunk off of it as the data essentially begins to, as you see the data beginning to try to pull you almost, it is almost visible. Actually, yeah, actually even all of you would literally see at this point like strands of data that seems to almost be coming from the sky, like from the ceiling itself, directly into the arm as it is trying to pump forward. But Astra is just completely not only sucking the data from the arm itself, but also from that arm, or essentially that data that's from the air. Astra, you get a strange sensation as you are recognize, or as you're kind of essentially getting this foreign data. Whatever data you're receiving all seems to be from the exact same like Digimon. Like all of it seems to have the same lineup, the same markings, the same way it is wound together. Something somewhere is feeding this data from a very, very, what you can feel like at least seems to be a long distance away.
He is taking the data into himself. Because he ain't going to leave that out there for somebody else to grab. He is taking it.
It feels extremely powerful too. Like it feels like extremely powerful data.
Jace, you're healed for 5.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can tell like this data seems like something. It is like the way it is kind of like reading strands, and it is like one of the most put together, most cohesive, most perfectly round data that you have ever like accepted into your body at this point. Whatever this is, it is a powerful foe, and it is a very, very, very powerful data that you're absorbing at the moment. You almost feel empowered from it, just being in the presence of it being inside of you.
Disgusting.
Noted.
What else you got?
Well, that was a full action, so that's it.
Jace, you were sadly one on down and restrained on a table on a pallet. What you doing?
I'm not going to be able to fight this restrained, so I'm going to use Override Technical Debt. My HP goes by 2 to gain healing over time for 5 rounds of 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll put me down to 1, but that's fine. I will go ahead and use Recode Crit Scale a second time on Asher. So that's now +4 in accuracy, up 1 more. And then I'm going to use Render Obsidian Wings to apply Protected to myself. And I will go ahead and roll percentiles to see if I accidentally blight myself while I'm, in my code.
Oh.
Oof. Okay. I blight myself. That's soul.
Go blight
Yeah,
yourself.
Huh?
Go blight yourself.
I am.
Usually low numbers are good in this system. What happened?
So it's roll under for percent chance.
Yep.
So since he had a 10% chance for something to happen, he rolled 10 and under, which means it happens.
So
I will say, with you essentially kind of like, I will say you are able to at least stem the bleeding from your shoulder as you are essentially kind of going into this restorative state. you are at least able, because like I said, you're not really able to patch up your own wound at the moment. So you do actually able to stem any of the data / bleeding leaks that's coming from your arm itself, or from that shoulder itself.
Well, I got a stack of protection on myself right now, and the good news is I rolled really bad on my own soul, so I didn't even pass my own soul save. So thank goodness I'm not eating blight.
Yeah.
I
Well,
bled
you
myself
still
and I failed
will
to do
be,
it.
just not this turn.
That's
Yeah.
failed successfully.
Wait,
Kotora.
hold
Oh,
on.
sorry, go ahead.
Blight doesn't. Those rolls don't take soul save as integrity, like reducing damage. Just so you know.
Yep, that part
Okay,
I'm aware of.
what else do you have on your turn, Jace?
That's my turn.
Kotora, you are seeing all of this just happen. Like you get to the bottom of the stairs, or you get to the bottom of like this cove, and you're like back in like the old area where you fought Ragiri. There's still storage
like
stuff
myself.
all around, and you just look, and like Jace is now armless. There is a frozen arm in place that is in front of you, and you see just all of this chaos happening in front of you.
You also say that the data that was going into the arm to try and empower it was also visible to us, right?
Oh yes, you see what looks to be a strand of data that is literally coming from the ceiling itself, directly trying to get to the arm of Jace, but you see the data being rerouted to Asher.
Is there any data that isn't being absorbed by Asher at the moment?
Well, let me go ahead and see here. Yes, actually, some of it is getting to the arm. It is trying to power the arm. Not all of it is getting to Asher. It would say about 66% of it's going to Asher. Just, just a random number. Just 66%, Totally random
Mhm.
number.
Okay. So this is what I want to attempt to do. I don't have a move for this, but considering what happened last session, I want to have Kotora move to the the data strand
Mhm.
that actually it's like that he's going to bite on it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your standard attack.
Okay. One moment.
You're good. The data is all built with perfect triangular structures, the most sound structure known to man, triangles.
Dang it. I'm going to willpower that.
Go ahead.
Don't forget that you're also looking for sixes, I believe, because this should be stab for you, right?
Yeah, that's true. Still, though, I need to.
Oh, that's fair. I was just saying for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it another shot.
Dang.
You do try to bite it. As you essentially go over to bite it, you are able to physically touch it, and it is a sensation that you have almost never expected to experience before. This data seems to be so strong that it is literally palpable. Literally palpable. As you begin to bite into it, you realize that you try to get your teeth into it, and it seems like the data almost seems to just go through like your teeth down into it, and you just aren't able to fully grasp onto it, as it just seems so tough that your teeth just don't seem to be able to get into it.
Kotora is frustrated at this. but I can't attack again. So, and I will have already moved. So, I guess there is one more thing that I can do though.
Mhm. What you got?
I'm going to use my heating up to give myself physical damage up 1. That's because that's a
Okay.
quick action.
Jace, you are feeling oddly warmed up at the moment, just a little bit, Not enough to unfreeze you, but just a little bit warmer next to Kotora. Because Kotora's basically standing almost over your body almost at this point, because the arm never was able to really leave past your side before it got frozen. So you just kind of feel a little bit of warmth from Kotora, warm feeling.
Oh, I thought
Here I
Kotora.
am. Go ahead.
I thought Kotora went to it between the arm and Asher. Or at least that's what I thought I heard.
Yeah. I'm near the arm, but the arm didn't like move that far away from Jace, so because I would still be near Jace.
Yeah, the arm is basically within 5 feet of Jace. Like it is actually technically like within like 2 feet. It never actually like got more than a few inches away from them.
Meanwhile, Jace is strapped to a table, screaming with his own code and apparently making himself sick while his arm just got torn off.
Okay, is that the end of your turn, Kotora?
Yeah.
It is going to try to break free with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that is not going to be above the 6 needed to pass. So it is not able to cleanse, and with that being the only ability it can have, because with Strength 3 says so, it is basically that is its entire turn, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yep, the restraint tree is nasty.
Yep.
Haboku, it is your go. You see Kotora trying to eat live data.
How far is Haboku from the group?
You're like 15 to 20 feet in total.
He'll move the rest of the way, and you might follow Kotora's example. And attempt him to take a bite out of the arm.
Oh,
Just
that's
win.
that might not be the best idea. This is good. There's glitch data all through that arm.
I'll say you actually are able to hit it with the Folker's enjoying tater tots upstairs, just not realizing anything going on.
Yeah, meanwhile, Fulgur is enjoying tater tots.
No one thought to grab the Folger.
I'm not going to grab the freaking the skittish child to fight this.
You want to
No,
you want to be introduced to war, buddy?
no.
Can I introduce you to some war?
Can I offer you a little war this evening?
Also, that
As a
will
treat.
actually hit it. That will hit it, so you can roll damage on it, Koto.
Couple of.
Yeah, so
Why are we being confused all throughout this session?
Oh, but it's kind of
Kaboku.
getting comical at this point.
It started with the Haboku, and it has continued. That is a 4 to damage. You bite into it, and unlike Kotora, as you begin to bite to it, you almost feel a sense of warmth and power coming from this. It's kind of like biting live wire, but in a good way.
Bite that electrical wire. Bite the live wire right now.
It's fine.
Haboku,
You resist electric.
as you begin to bite into it, you do sense like some of that as it begins to essentially trying to essentially grow, and you see the eye of the arm just turn to you, and almost a chilling effect. You see the eye, and it is almost like it is staring into your soul, if you had one.
This is where
What
he'd
else
keep
would you
his
like to do?
soul if he had one.
I was just about to post that meme in Data Anomaly.
Who would have thought me and Era on the same page?
What else you got? What else you got, Haboku?
He did a movement and an attack, so he's got nothing else.
How's the exhausted boy doing?
Well, he's currently sitting at a very solid 12 exhaustion. However, it hasn't managed to cleanse any of the restrained. And, so, well, he might as well try and chip damage.
Go ahead.
Nope. Miss.
No.
Well, he can, do nothing else.
And just
He
imagine.
can breathe heavily.
He actually, no, he'll take an aim action and then pass turn.
I'm just imagining Rip just lazily swinging his wings, trying to do an attack but can't.
Asher, your friends are here to help you as you see Haboku and Kotora just biting live data wire as you are sucking most of it into yourself, but they're helping with the other 33%.
Well, technically into his ring, but...
Yeah.
Well, he's got a very overcharged defrag refrag right now. So, let's put it to good use.
Enjoy my crit fishing tactic.
That is, unfortunately, double the amount of its defense.
Cool.
You mean avoid, or rather evasion?
Yeah, avoid. Yeah.
Evasion.
Yeah.
Well then.
Evasion. Evasion.
10. Oh, jeez. You have gone this so incredibly down. You see the thing, even though the arm itself and all the data is essentially like the arm itself is frozen, you essentially are able to you see the arm now shrinking. Even the eye itself that seems to be looking, as the eye is essentially scanning every single person in this room, as if it is trying to analyze everyone in the room. And right as it tries to look at you to see what is going on with you, the eye itself dissolves into a data stream right before it is able to view you specifically. And as you do, most of the arm seems to almost shrink in response to all of this. There is still, like, even most of the data that seems to be feeding into it, it's almost as if whatever happens, it is cut off, as the data around the room that was coming from the ceiling just seems to stop funneling in. And as you absorb the last bit of data, the arm is essentially just almost feeling like it is going to go limp, but it is still trying to do something, but it is very, very weak at this point.
I
don't think we're out quite yet.
A god. And that's my dad's arm. Let it go.
You do go ahead and give me a singular percentile die.
Me or
Asher.
Asher.
49. As you say it, as you kind of just basically order this arm to essentially leave, after having all of this data and realizing that you feel like kind of shiver in your body as the data from this powerful Digimon has essentially been inside you, you feel it almost like it is relenting, and you feel it almost as once you feel like it is powering you up, it just kind of almost goes to it's kind of like almost like a softer, and it begins to die down. And as it dies down, you see the arm itself go limp.
Oh,
Is it
I
over?
wasn't expecting that to work. One sec. And he's going to try and absorb the rest of the data from the arm.
I would say with that roll, I would say you do it is a little bit like you see the ice begin to essentially crack, and essentially as the arm is shrinking, it's kind of like if you shrunk something that was frozen, the ice doesn't really hold up anymore, as essentially you were is this frozen cacophony of an arm. It is essentially it's laying there, and you absorb all of the data in the arm. Now there is nothing left but a giant ice sculpture of Jace's arm.
All right.
Now I
Can you
think
guys
it's
get me
time.
out of the ice?
Asher's going to go over and help. Go ahead.
You can untie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, since Kotora was probably the closest to him at that moment, Kotora's gonna turn around and begin undoing the bindings in Jace.
It's gonna take more than one of you. There was
Yeah.
a lot of rope.
Okay. That hurt like hell.
What? I can kind of figure out what in the world just happened from that, but could somebody explain?
Actually, real quick, was Jace like, I know you said it did it as it spread across his chest. Was he still affected by Rib's ice at the time?
Yeah, I never resisted it.
Yeah, you never resisted it, no. So he's kind of frozen and tied.
In that case, congratulations, Jace. You literally felt nothing. What data transfer to feel pain?
It still ripped itself free of my shoulder.
Yeah, the shoulder was the shoulder unfortunately got free of the ice, so the shoulder pain is there. Just shoulder pain, you know. Just a dislocating shoulder pain, you know, just a little bit of shoulder pain.
Kotora is going to ask Jace, do you need help getting out of that ice?
Yes.
Kotora is heating up again.
Do you give him a hug?
And he's giving Jace a hug, yes.
Okay. Long story short, for explanations, they went to go and start to do the thing, and the arm decided to come alive and apparently try to. Ow! I didn't know I was strong enough to rip off my own arm. If I would have known that, I would have just done it in the back alley.
I would not say that was all on your end. It was getting data from something exceedingly powerful. But it's okay, I've got a bunch of its data.
Oh.
It was transferring data into your arm remotely, much like Regiri. They had to be in, well, perhaps not in cahoots, perhaps they know each other.
Riv has splooted on the ground.
Also, that last roll was medicine to bandage up the stump and, or at least, tend to wounds and whatnot.
I'll say with it being your dad as well, it is already a little bit easier just because you know their anatomy already. So I'll even count the 6 as a success as well.
Zerda,
just because
that is so dirty of you.
You know your dad's stump so well.
Ew.
As you begin to repair them, you'd say you would at least able to essentially get their body patched up enough. There was no active blood. The freezing also kind of helped with any kind of blood flow stem, but luckily the frozen just kept the blood stem aflow at least enough to where that by the time you have bandaged it and it is warming up, that it's not going to rapidly start rushing. So you are able to essentially accurately stop it. You don't really have the best of painkillers at the moment, but you're at least able to make sure that they are not suffering more or increasing in intensity.
So that's what the alcohol was for.
Yeah, as well as the other stuff. Old back home, we didn't always have medicine. The doctors had us go out and find these things all the time. It can kind of mess you up, but I didn't take enough of it for that. I kind of wish I did now.
Yeah. As soon as Kotora has helped out Jace from his little being frozen problem, he's gonna go to Rib and just pick him up and basically give him a piggyback ride, because he can see that Rib is about to pass out if he isn't already.
He's still awake. By the way, I do just want to say it is at least fairly obvious that yeah, that's kind of glitched ice right there.
Ah. You mean the eyes that Riv made?
Yeah. That's pretty obviously glitched.
I think I'm gonna go upstairs and lay down, if that's okay. Where's
Haboku's
where's
gonna guide Jace is the rest of the way upstairs if he needs it.
Oh, hold up, let me get my shirt on and then pick these up and that
I
didn't
will.
that not messy experience. No, I'm okay.
You all
Mm.
see the Effectmon come into the room as she just kind of says, she's like, she sees almost a very exasperated, says, oh, what just happened down here? She looks very shocked and stunned, but it doesn't seem to be, she looks shocked and stunned before she even reaches you guys.
We were trying to get rid of a glitched arm, and then the arm came alive and tried to hurt us, and then I just kept freezing it.
You guys, you, what the heck? And you see her, she's like breathing a second. I just had, and she breathes, she's like, oh, okay, you darlings down here. I just saw a giant cloud open up right outside my tavern, and there was this huge it's almost like thunder coming down directly onto my tavern right outside the alleyway. What the hell happened?
Yeah, that bastard.
Wait, wait, was that cloud raining above the tower? Was the building being eroded away?
No, no, it
No.
was just like something. It's like something with. She kind of like motions with her hands. She's like motions with like a ball in her hands, and she's like raining down like it's like something was trying to get into my cellar here. No one else knows where it is, but I know what that is. When they said there was something out back, I looked out and I saw it. It's like golden strands of something coming all the way through the ground. People
It
think
was
my ground's cursed or something.
data. We've taken care of it. Can we have a moment,
Oh Lord.
please?
Oh Lord, yes. Yes. Yes, so you see her kind of, she kind of stumbles off a little bit. She's seeing that nothing else is happening, and she stumbles off, and she's, oh God. People
We
are
got
gonna
it.
think my place is haunted.
We got it under control. Don't worry.
You see her leave as she goes back upstairs, panting heavily on the way up.
Also, to be entirely fair, I think most people believe that probably believe that the city was haunted until yesterday. So I think you'll be okay. What was her name again? I know I asked her name last session.
Yep. Her name. Double check here on the notes. Her name is Boonry.
Yeah. I think you'll be okay, Miss Bunry.
She gives you a warm smile through the panting, and she says, "I know I can trust you. You're just the most sweetest little doll in here." She says
Kotora,
she
why don't
goes
you
back off.
and Riv go up and take care of her? Haboku, maybe go check on Fulgur, make sure he's doing okay, please.
Kotora is going to nod. Yeah. Revi, you need to. I know I said that we needed to talk, but I think you need to take a nap right now. Let's go.
Haboku will look between Asher and Jace, is wondering, yeah, because since he was going to help Jace move, if Asher was going to take that over.
I'll be okay, buddy.
I've got Jace. This isn't the
Okay.
first time.
Yeah, unfortunately.
His arm ripped off itself of already?
No, we've been in a lot of fights.
Oh,
Wasn't the first
bad.
time I've had to crawl myself somewhere.
Okay, hey, be safe. And Haboku will turn and hurry back to wherever Holger is.
Yeah, and Kotora will guide the effect bomb while carrying Rip on his back.
Riv ain't moving.
But you will be moved by others.
He will be moved by others.
I'll still be
Asher's
able to
taking
make up. Go ahead.
Asher's taking a stance in front of Jace.
Oh boy, what's this all about now?
Are you sure you're gonna be okay?
I'm just a little freaked out, and that did hurt. I'll be okay. I just need. I'm just remembering things. It's okay.
He squints.
Well, we'll talk later. I probably shouldn't be standing, right?
No, that's why you should sit down.
Fine. Plop.
And Asher's got an arm to try and put on Jace.
Don't you want to wait, buddy? You got like all those people upstairs.
And you take priority. Family
What
first.
are you even going to use for an arm right now?
Well, there was that cameraman.
Do we really want to reuse glitch data? I can wait until we get back. We can choose some materials.
I mean, his arm wasn't glitched.
Color me scared after last time.
That's fair.
Let's just wait until we're back in the other town and we can figure out material there. We can just do some sort of standard material for now. All right?
I'm not even sure we're going back to town yet. I've got that message to go investigate.
Well, because you're not going alone, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Just, having an eye pop out of your arm and then your arm rip itself off is kind of not an experience I don't think anybody's ready for. Sorry you had to see that.
I've been around you long enough, that's not really exactly something surprising.
I feel like I
maybe a
should be
little.
offended.
But maybe a little. But not that much.
Can we go upstairs now?
One moment. And he's at least going to take the rope and push up Jace's shirt and tie the kukris on across his chest. Little awkward to get to here, but at least they're there.
Yeah, better than nothing.
But fine, we'll go back up.
All right. Thank you.
And of course, he is not being allowed to go by himself. Asher is insisting on helping him up.
Of course. Sorry, I'm sharing this one that Viv just posted.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
It's a Doug trio.
Oh god.
I am curious about because I know everyone will be able to. I'm curious about Folger's interaction with Jace.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. But really quickly, Jace is going to lean over to his son and go, I'm really glad I taught my son how to disarm.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, Asher, I'll just be one handy man.
You realize if you keep this up, you're getting that arm regardless, right?
I'll shut up now. But I had more ready. Later.
You could say that he had more at hand.
Okay, Asher's putting the arm on.
I didn't say that one.
I don't care.
No, go ahead and go to Folgar.
Listen, you guys, I will say, everyone is free to do actions of their own volition. I will narrate what happens when that does. You can always certainly try.
Oh, yes. What every tabletop player loves to hear. You can certainly try.
Indeed.
I will say, you do still feel that, like I said, is you all, like I said, you all parsing through that data that was essentially come like from that, like kind of like that, whatever it came from that source. That is still in you at the moment, and that will remain in you until you find a use for it. It is very powerful, though.
He has no intentions of using it at the moment. Especially considering it came from the same source that was controlling the arm, so until we destroy the source of it, it's going to stay right where it is, locked up in his ring.
Oh, so close. We're going to have arm battle number 2. Dang it.
Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, we're
Gotta
having
be
more
more tempting than that.
Arm 2. Okay, yeah, so I'll say, Ashton, like said, Jace, you would be able to essentially, it's going to be very interesting seeing Jace climb a ladder with one arm. You're like, oh, I'm going to climb up this ladder. Oh, I'm going to climb up this, oh.
I had to mute myself. There was a joke there.
I would say it's a little awkward. You're definitely slowed, not at least slowed going up the ladder. It'll take you a little bit of extra time, but with some assistance as well as encouragement, you'd be able to make it up out of the cellar, which is the ladder is mostly your only obstacle at this point. But you'll be able to, with enough time and care, you'll be able to get up the ladder just fine. It'd be definitely able to get up from there. Just really quick, because Riv, Kotora, and Haboku, where did you all go after this?
Riv went wherever Kotora took him.
Yeah,
And
Kotora.
Haboku was asked to go check on Volker, so that's where he's going to look for.
Yeah, Kotora is taking Rick back to his room and setting him down on his bed because Riv needs sleep badly right now. Even though he woke up, in game time, he probably woke up a few hours ago, but he's already exhausted himself again.
Folger, you see both Kotora and you see Kotora essentially kind of like carrying Riv. You see them go into the room. Haboku, instead of going in the room, stops and is essentially and starts making their way to you instead. No Asher or Jace to be seen in sight.
Well, Volker went back into Kotora and Riv's room to go look through his things to see what he has.
You find a shovel, a very tactical-looking shovel among Arcus's things.
What the heck, Arcus?
Give me a percentile die to see how emotionally connected you are to this shovel.
My God.
Roll for emotional attachment to shovel.
I also gotta say...
6.
I gotta
Just-
say, Zerda, you really probably should start narrowing down how far these titles are. Because,
Really?
like, the last three... Well, this one, Adventure in New Lands. I don't think we're getting to a new land at all tonight. And then there was the celebration one where we were supposed to have this party, and then instead we definitely did not have a party. Instead we had trauma.
No, that's we had a party. What are you talking
The
about?
party
That's the
was the
party.
celebration. Yeah, no, it is so hard to predict what you guys are going to. I should just name the session Disarmed.
Would have been a better one, because you knew at least that was going to happen tonight.
Yeah.
Or at least
It is so
discussions
hard.
about it.
It is so hard to predict how far you guys are going to get in any given session between the
didn't-
cooking and everything.
I didn't exactly expect my arm to come alive.
I mean, that
And again, we
Yeah, but
probably
I
should have
didn't- I
expected
didn't
the arm to come
expect
alive.
that to happen. I literally just did that stuff because it's like, well, just in case.
I was
and
not
now Ribs,
expecting
and
that.
now
How
Ribs
cute.
at 12 exhaustion.
Adventures in Same Land. There we go. Adventures in Same Land. Also, Folger, you look at this shovel and all you just get like the feeling of intense pride, and like you're looking at the shovel and it's like you chose this, like choosing like your favorite ice cream at an ice cream parlor and it being given to you for free. Like it's just this immense amount of just like you were hoarding something that you just feel like was part of Arcus and like represented part of Arcus.
Fulgur has very mixed emotions as he's going to attempt to appraise this shovel to see why the heck he's so attached.
Of course you have an emotional attachment to the shovel. It digs up so many memories thinking about it. Yes, right.
Also,
Okay, I'm
I just
done.
Like how,
Session over.
I just like how Fulgur like took one look at this and was like, "What the heck, Arcus?" And then like a wave of extreme emotion hits him over how attached he is to the shovel.
Go ahead and give me the check if you'd like to see if you can figure it out.
A generous bestowal.
Raharu
I have a
95
question.
$10.
I'll ask it after the tip.
Thank you so much for
Oh.
that tip, Raharu. That is the third tier of the tip goal completed. On to the last one.
Go ahead, Volker.
Is there any like modifiers to this?
I would say with that, with your emotional attachment, I would say you get successes on 5s. Like you were really deeping down into your soul about this.
Oh my god.
I want you to understand this shovel.
Shovel is part of you.
You feel
Bye.
as you look at the shovel, you feel like just something is missing. It's like a birthday cake without candles. It's like an ice cream without a cherry on top. You feel like something is missing, and as you look around in the bag, your claws hit something, and something topples over in the bag, and you just hear the sounds of some sort of almost chanting coming from your bag as you pull it out, and you see a very small music box just singing in a very small tone, just. "Ah, ah, ah."
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing. I can't take it.
You now hold both relics, almost like it is like putting the cherry on top of the ice cream. As you put these two pieces together, and you feel you understand Arcus on a different level a little bit.
What the heck happened while I was out?
Fulgur has
A generous bestowal.
Fulgur has so many questions.
Mr. Dragon 114 tipped $10.
Thank you so much for that tip, Mr. Dragon. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you.
I'm just imagining Fulgur going, "This is my brother. This is who I'm related to."
Ah, yes, yes. Me, my brother, and his special shovel.
As you're even examining the shovel, you even like you start like messing around with it, and you take off the like end of the shovel handle, and it reveals a spear.
Oh, I don't remember that part. That is cool.
It's a tactical shovel.
I see.
The tactical part is important.
You know, I imagine that in the middle of Fulgur looking into Arcus' stuff and analyzing the stuff, Kotora and Ribble just coming into the room.
You do that, and you just see like Fogel holding like a spear on one end and a shovel on the other end.
Hi, Fulgur.
Kotora is looking at Fulgur and he's just eyes go wide. Hey, be careful with that.
Yeah, I'm just seeing what Arcus has been. Yeah. What the heck?
He has been collecting a lot of trinkets from what I gather.
This is the weirdest one in a while.
I see.
What are these emotions?
I wish I could tell you.
I'm sorry, I can't resist. But what is love?
I wish I could tell you. Maybe I will ask Arcus when I can talk to him again if you'd like me to confirm things for you.
He's going to nod with like this look of what the heck?
Yeah. Kotra is going to go ahead and just set Rib down on his bed and then just put his back against the bed and just sit down near it. I hope we can actually have a day without crazy stuff happening.
No one has told
Well,
Fogo what is going on.
thanks. You have just jinxed us to not have any more.
Yes, no one has told Fulgur because Riv is busy staying awake.
Kotra doesn't exactly want to make Fulgur more nervous with a scary story of what just occurred. So if he needs to be told, it will be told later. Right now, he just wants to relax.
Round 2 of the party being done with this bullshit.
And Folker is gonna try and figure out what other things he can do with this shovel.
Oh yeah, and Haboku also, you would also, as co-tailing Koto and Riv, you would also come into the room as well, seeing Fogo is not at the end table, and hearing them chattering, you would essentially just be right behind them, as Haboku would also walk into this room at the same time at this point too.
Yeah. Hi, Folker. You notice Haboku does seem a bit more visibly disturbed. Something
full.
happened downstairs, but should be okay now. Are you alright?
Yeah, just figuring out as he's looking at the shovel and the music box.
Haboku's just tilting his head instantly at all of that. Not quite getting it either, but not particularly seeing why hey, it's a problem.
There may be an eye twitch or two.
Olger might be seeing why Haboku and Arcus were such good friends.
And as you guys were all talking, you will see Asher helping just because, like, I'm just sure. Would you stay in the doorway, Haboku, or would you go in and close the door? The doors don't close themselves. They're not that fancy here.
Haboku wouldn't probably see a reason to shut it, but if someone told him to, he probably would have.
I don't think anyone else would be telling you unless they feel like they would.
Kotora is not talking at the moment.
As you guys are talking about, you kind of looking at him and you're kind of like investigating the shovel a little bit together. You would also see as you just see a very limping Jace with Astro trailing basically pretty much immediately side by side. As they kind of pass through the doorway, because their room is essentially one up from you, so you would kind of see them just pass your doorway.
I think Folger's focused on the shovel right now.
That is fair.
Entirely
you make it past
fair.
unscathed.
Haboku looks a bit sad upon seeing that, but doesn't say anything.
Uh, anything else?
Is this referring to Arcus's stuff?
Well, I thought Haboku was
Oh yeah, I think they were saying that to you, Haboku.
Oh. Nothing much, really. At least not that I think so. Haboku's just going to take a second to try and think. Do I need to roll that?
Well, hold it. Give me a percentile. Let's see how it is.
Hey, gears are turning.
Carefully craft your words as you say to Folger.
Oh, that was to see if Haboku would try to think of something else, so that may have happened.
Folger, as you go through, as you're kind of going through the rest of the stuff, you also see the various climbing equipment as well as some other equipment that you've seen from Arcus. You do begin to kind of look through it a little bit as everyone seems to be a little bit quiet right now. You're not really too sure if you're, like I said, it seems everyone's kind of quiet. Kotora seems to be putting Riv to bed. And as you're looking through all the gear and stuff, you just see kind of a bunch of like adventuring gear. You almost do get a sense of pride that Arcus does seem like they are preparing properly, and you do at least feel a sense of like, okay, you know, they actually know what they're doing whenever they're trying to essentially go on an adventure, and you feel a little spark inside of you of adventure. You're not sure if it's your own spark or if it's just a feeling of Arcus, but you feel a little bit of sense of adventure kind of well up in you.
And then Folger's going to look through the bag to see if a few papers are still inside that he tried writing to Arcus a few times to see if they're still in there.
That would be up to you to determine if they are, because I'm not entirely familiar at this exact moment with those.
They probably are, because
Yeah.
Arcus would have felt they were important.
Yeah. And you find the letters that you're looking for.
He just takes note of that and leaves them in there. And then he's gonna go back to figuring out what else he can maybe turn this shovel into.
You realize it has a compass on the other end of the spear. The spear actually pulls out from the shovel and is actually detachable. And in one of the ends, it has a compass. In one of the other bars of the shovel, you kind of begin to unscrew it a little bit more, and you find what looks to be some sort of fire starter. It looks like some sort of thing that you feel that you could probably start a fire with. As you also look, the shovel isn't just a shovel. You realize one of the edges is sharper than the others, and it actually looks like it could probably chop some decent wood. And the other end seems to have just a little bit of little teeth at the very base, allowing you to probably cut through stuff a little bit thicker.
Huh. Well, this is definitely useful. He's looking at the compass. Is Haboku just still watching?
Yeah.
He was told to watch Folger. He is watching Folger.
Well, right now, watching Folger is keeping his mind unoccupied.
Yeah.
Oh, Folger is still going to just be figuring out what else he can turn it into. He's gonna see if he can make it into like a pickaxe.
Yes, actually. As you kind of look, you find a hinge at the end of the shovel, and you realize the shovel can actually turn a whole like 90 degrees. And as you do that, you realize that the weight of the end of the weight at the end of the pickaxe or the shovel actually has enough support that you feel you could strike rocks with it if you were to turn it all the way 90 degrees.
Oh, it can actually. Huh. Still weird though. As he's looking at the music box in particular.
I think that it might be good for something.
Maybe. And then Folger is gonna put the now tactical pickaxe in the bag. Or on the bag.
And as I'll say, as you're doing that, is there anything else you'd like to do, Folger? I want to at least give you some time because I didn't get to include you in the fight. So is there anything else you'd like to do, Folger?
I gotta say real quick, I'm just getting vibes of, you know, the prince in the tower scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That is Folger and Haboku. Haboku's just watching him and just like, uh-huh. Volker was checking Haboku and stuff.
Well, I didn't get told. You just got told to watch him. I mean,
Yeah,
know?
Boku, no, I got told to watch him. So what did you do? I just watched him. What do you mean? This is what you asked me to do. I watched him. What do you?
To be fair, Haboku was told to check on him. Haboku asked us if he was all right. He said, yeah. But now what?
Program end.
Instructions unclear.
Froze.
Repeat program on loop until new order given.
Essentially, yes.
I'll do that. Go ahead.
Boku,
Yeet.
Volker is like looking like he doesn't know quite how to interact with him.
Here, it's really easy. All you gotta do is take this ball and throw it.
Oh.
Now I'm just imagining the two are staring at each other.
Yes.
Heard his name called.
Oh, and meanwhile, you also, Jason, you would also be able to make it to your room. It's only like 11 a.m. at this point. It's not actually bedtime. Surprisingly enough, it's not bedtime yet, but you're still. Everyone's like going to sleep. It's like only
Rip's at 12
a.m.
exhaustion. I don't know what you expect from him.
I just had my arm come to life and rip itself off my body when I was trying to amputate it. I think I'm laying down for a little bit and...
Yeah, you'd be able to make it. Like I said, you'd be able to make it to your room. Your room's pretty kept. The covers are clearly completely thrown off. As you remember, you left the room in a hurry. The room, it looks like the room was not taken care of while you were gone, unfortunately. But you do make it to the room, and Jays, you're able to easily lay on the bed without much issue, as Asher's kind of helping you along the way.
After getting Jason to the bed, Asher's gonna start packing things up. And once everything is packed up and ready for travel, he's just gonna look at Jace. Okay, so you just stay there.
Where do you think you're going?
I've got people to restore.
Okay, good. You made me nervous at the packing of everything.
It'll be okay.
No.
Doctor's orders.
Asher,
Yes?
you are going nowhere alone.
I'll take Haboku.
You're gonna wait for the whole team.
You mean like they waited for me with the whole stuff that they kept running outside for?
Don't follow habits, please. I've taught you better than this. Heal the town. Let everybody rest up. We'll go together.
I mean, I could definitely tell you that Riz's gonna be out for a few days with what he just went through.
We'll check in tomorrow and have a talk, because everybody tried to run away, and I'm not letting you do the runaway thing too. We gotta have that lovely team talk. You know, we're a part of a team, and we don't, like, run away. We form each other. Yada blah.
Yes, and I'm informing you that I'm gonna step out.
Asher.
And he's headed out the door.
Jace gets up. Asher, get back here.
What?
Did he take his travel stuff?
He did.
No, you're not going.
But I need to go heal everybody.
Leave the travel stuff here.
I'm just being ready.
Squinting.
When you're ready, you can come down and join. But for now, you rest.
Jace goes to cross his arms, but it ends up crossing his arm. Travel stuff.
Asher gives a bit of a pained look at that.
Now I'm curious. Did Asher tell Jace about what Rib said, or is it just did he leave that out?
What exactly are you referring to?
Oh, when because I know you showed I know Asher showed Jace the messages, but I don't know if you
He did.
I don't know if you mentioned what Rib said about it.
He did not.
Oh, not for
I won't be gone long.
Asher.
And he's going down the stairs.
You said you'd bring Haboku at least. He shouts down the hallway.
Haboku, you hear your name being called.
What?
Ah, yes!
Go after-
Haboku, come on!
Okay. Hey, he's gonna turn around and wave goodbye. Hey, to Fulgur, Kotora, and Riv, before tilting his head at Jace.
Just go. I can't keep up right now. Tell Asher he's grounded when he gets back.
Wait, Haboku.
Hmm?
Where are you going?
Well, Asher.
Where the heck is Asher going?
You clearly see he has a confused look in his eye, implying he has no idea.
Haboku, you're losing Asher.
Just go. I'll explain.
No, explain now. What the heck? What's going on?
Haboku, go
Haboku,
catch
you-
up with Asher. I will talk to Kotora.
Okay. Hey, Haboku will take off after Asher.
Before he gets too far away, Asher got a dumb message on his pad, and apparently he's going to go and help some random stranger that managed to ping him on his damn gamepad thing. Told him
How
not
loud is
to,
Jace
but
saying this?
Kotora.
He's telling Dakota.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if Kotora left the room in order to do this, or if they're just doing the yelling across roofs thing.
I don't imagine that Kotora left too far away from the door. He was just yelling for Haboku to stop for a moment. So he's probably like right at door entrance. So yeah,
You want to
I think Rib could be. I think Rib is likely hearing this. Yes.
Do you want to try giving a perception to see if you're even awake enough to understand what's going on?
Sure, but I will dump the
you-
last of my points if I damn well have to on this.
I mean, you're very exhausted, but let's go just see how observant you are of the situation. Because you are kind of halfway in that middle point there.
I got a success.
Nice.
Success. You kind of fading in and out, but you do hear the conversation. But let Jace talk a second, and then I'll say you can hear it.
well, Kotora now because I said what I said.
Yeah. A message on his gamepad. How? You need some sort of connection to get this, and I don't think this town has it. Not in the state that it's in.
I don't know. I cautioned him against it, but he's going off anyways because he's a stubborn little shit sometimes.
I understand. I do understand that all like the majority of us ended up doing a bit of runaway thing this morning, but I don't think it's a good idea for him to go wherever that is.
No shit. At least Haboku's with them. And yes, you all did do the runaway thing, which I still want to talk about. He points at with his one arm and then looks like he's going to go to cross his arms and then just drops his arm, goes, if I could keep up, I would have chased after. But I'm pretty sure that running after you have a looks at his shoulder, probably bad idea.
I wouldn't. I can't. I wouldn't be able to run after them myself, even if I wanted to. I can't. I can't leave Rib alone in the state that he's in.
Just
Are you
stay
looking
with
back
them.
at Riv? Are you
Yes.
looking back at Riv? Riv is
Yeah.
literally already trying to get up and making sure his bag is packed and is trying to.
Kotora's eyes go wide. Rib, please, no.
I'm not gonna let him. I told him not to trust that, and then he ran off anyway. No.
Rib, you are barely conscious right now. You can't run after him.
And I'm not going to go and let him go get kidnapped.
Kotora
And
frowns.
he is trying to push past the door.
We could.
Kotora is giving a heavy sigh. Come here, you. Kotora is picking Rib up, and he is beginning to walk towards where the two of them left.
So long as he's making forward progress, Riv will not resist being picked up.
I'm sorry.
We're still going to talk about that whole runaway thing.
Yes,
Or-
we will. Believe me, I want to have a conversation about this, but crazy things just keep happening.
Go. I'll stay here with Fulgur.
Okay.
Ah,
Gonna have to
crap,
try-
he doesn't know yet.
I'm gonna have to try and book it. Come on. Yep, I am running to try and catch up to them.
Jace watches Kotora go and goes, oh my goodness. Puts a hand to his face. I need to teach these children how to stick to a group, and my son is being stubborn again. Fulgur, you okay in there?
He's just looking at Jace now, hearing the commotion from out here.
Hey, I'm gonna go lay down.
Running off?
Yeah, there's somebody that claimed to be in trouble. They're all gonna go deal with it really quickly. Just you and I here.
Well, Arcus runs off a lot because he has a lot of energy.
I'm well aware.
I don't know if he really remembers it. There is a little code word or code phrase I think he still uses.
All right.
He ever says, should I consider this a ruin? That basically is a good indication. He's asking, is this a dangerous place or a safe place?
Okay, so there's a really big problem with that. Which one is the correct answer?
You just call it a ruin.
Which one's the dangerous one?
Not.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. Do you want to hang out in my room until they come back? I'm gonna lay down.
I need to clean up. As he's now just looking at the excess parts, probably from the tactical shovel.
You
do
completely
that.
disassembled.
You do that. I'm gonna go lay down.
Also, why did Arcus get a shovel? Why is he so attached to it?
You were asking the wrong man. We should probably end though because it's 1 a.m. my time.
Yeah, no, it is. This
Yeah.
is ending. This is the last like talk.
And
Okay.
Walker is just gonna go
Wait.
back in and clean up.
Yep, it is going. You have that. You have Haboku, which is one of the only people that can actually catch up with Asher. And by only, I mean literally the only person who can keep up with Asher. Asher has ran off. Haboku
Wait,
is
doesn't
following.
Arcus have zoomies?
Yeah,
But does
Arcus
Fulgur
does.
Oh, that's what I said.
zoomies?
That's what I said, Fulmer.
Oh,
Uh,
there.
Does Fulgur have zoomies?
New.
No. Fulgur
Oh,
has
okay.
reduced their speed by half. Fulgur is not speedy. So we have Asher running off. Haboku's going to be able to catch Asher if that's okay with you. Because especially since you did say that for Haboku to come along, so if that's okay with you, Asher, I'll say Haboku is at least able to get up to you.
Oh yeah, Asher goes, full speed, but not running until after Haboku's with him. Then he starts running.
And then we have Kotora and Riv, which are not actually going to be very likely to find you guys, but that will be a fun excursion. And then Jace and Fulgur are left in the room, one mentally and one physically handicapped at the moment, combining it together for a whole package. And
Our
Asher
powers
took their
combined, we are
pebbles.
one functioning adult.
We'll have to see. I will say, who knows, adventures in same lands. Whew. That is going to be that is going to be where we leave off for today, with the suspense of all of that.
Well, next session is going to
Alright.
be very interesting.
Yes, yes it will. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us today for Data Anomaly Hunter's Scar, as well as this Art Marten stream. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by commissioning one of the artists that I manage for. I know Conrad and Whiskers both could really use a commission right now, so if you're interested, do let me know. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh well.